Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. We've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon, let's get to it.
Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. Hi, guys.
Yeah? Roll Tide? You impressed with that? Are you happy with that?
No, 14 minute
I'd be ashamed if I were you.
No.
I mean, boy, did the Bama get a break. Tua got hurt. That was a huge break for Alabama.
Yeah, that's so unbecoming.
Tua got exposed.
That's even beneath
got
you, Skip.
exposed. How are you, Shannon?
I'm great.
And welcome back, Jenny Taft.
Thank you.
And I hate to inform Jenny. I think she owes me now too. I think
did
so.
lose a bet.
I think Jenny lost a bet.
I did lose
to
a
me.
bet. I
Yeah.
thought about calling in sick, but I got to own up to my
Didn't
bets.
I win a bet from you?
You won no bets from me. You still owe me 10 cases, and you owe me whatever we bet.
Oh,
I think it was
no.
a case.
I will get it back on Wednesday. Once
No.
we beat the Spurs, I say we're going to go 4-0. We better
Beat
case
the
on that.
Spurs. That was not a case.
Yeah, that was a
You're
case.
just
Yeah.
like fictionalizing cases. Yeah.
You should bet on your team. Bet on your team.
Oh,
I
boy.
picked my spots.
Well, we have a lot to get to, and another one of Skip's teams, the Sooners. Well, hey, they're heading to the playoff, but did they deserve it? And will Shannon finally give Tom Brady some respect after he
yes,
set
man.
another record? But we are going to start with the Packers. They were upset at Lambeau yesterday by the lowly Cardinals 20-17, which basically sealed their fate in missing the playoffs. After the game, Mike McCarthy was fired by the team after 13 seasons in Green Bay. McCarthy coached the Packers to a Super Bowl title in 2010, but Green Bay will likely miss the playoffs for the second year in a row. And earlier this year, we all remember this, Aaron Rodgers, he was calling out McCarthy's play calling. So, Shannon, are you surprised the Packers made this move?
No, I'm not. Skip, actually, I was getting ready to tweet after the Cardinals had upset the Packers. I was going to take a shower, and then I was going to tweet. There's no
You got to
way.
tweet instantly. That's what it is.
Come
on.
there's
no time for showers.
Yeah, there's no time.
Tweeting and showers don't go together. Nobody can smell you on Twitter, right? You don't have to clean up.
I wasn't feeling fresh.
Okay.
So I get my phone and I'm starting to tweet and I look at the TV, breaking news. Scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Skip, I don't think this caught anybody by surprise. I think we all thought this was going to happen at the end of the season at bare minimum. But once you lose to the lowly Cardinals, and I think Aaron Rodgers said it in his tone, that's a team we should beat. They were 13-point favorites, and you get a dome, warm weather team out in the elements. You got to beat them. And it didn't happen yesterday, and Mike McCarthy is gone, and I believe this move is 3-4 years too late. Skip, I look at it like this. When you have a transcendent quarterback, it's not just good enough to make the playoffs, and I think that's what the Packers front office relied upon. Well, we're going to the playoffs, that's good enough. No. When you have a pantheon great quarterback, getting to the playoffs is not good enough. You need to be able to get to and contend for titles. And the Packers had been unable to do that for an extended period of time. I think they held on to Dom Capers, the defensive coordinator, for far too long. They let Julius Peppers go. They let Charles Woodson go. They let Micah Hyde and Casey Hayward. Michael Hyde and Casey Hayward all pros last year, Skip. They were in Green Bay. So it seems to be that Ted Thompson, who they also let go this offseason, had a philosophy, we're going to get young guys and we're going to develop those. Well, the guys that you had, you let them go. I think, and Julius Peppers proved that he still has something in the tank. Charles Woodson went to 2 Pro Bowls. He still proved he had something in the tank. So, Skip, I'm not surprised by this, but Aaron Rodgers is not without culpability. He knows, and look, we look at his body of work this year, Skip, he's 21-1. 21 touchdowns, 1 interception. Their inability to run the football, but I think Aaron can play a lot better than what he's played. But he's been unhappy for quite some time with Mike McCarthy. They got rid of a good friend of his who's also the quarterback's coach, Alex Van Pelt. They didn't confer with him. And normally, especially when you're making offensive moves, someone of Aaron Rodgers' cachet, you normally run things by him, and clearly they didn't. Kind of told him the direction that the team was heading in. But he hasn't been happy with Mike McCarthy for an extended period of time. Skip, I am not surprised by this. This team is underachieved. The division was right there for them to take. Minnesota did not take off with this acquisition of Kirk Cousins like they thought they would. The Lions are the Lions. Matthew Stafford is doing Matthew Stafford things. The Bears are in the leading this division, but we don't know when Trubisky's going to get back, and they're relying on Chase Daniels. Skip, I'm not surprised this happened. It should have happened 3-4 years ago, but it happened now. And so now the Packers can move on knowing that they're going to have a new coach next season.
So I hear everything you just said, but I'm interpreting it completely upside down from the way you were interpreting it, because I blame Aaron Rodgers far more than I ever blamed Mike McCarthy. But I am not surprised, because yesterday Aaron Rodgers officially quit on Mike McCarthy, because I had the game on. I didn't watch it carefully. But from what I saw of Aaron Rodgers' body language yesterday, it said all game long, until you get rid of this guy, I'm not really going to be into playing quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers hit bottom yesterday.
They did.
And so Mark Murphy, the president who now controls everything in the franchise, he took about an hour after the game just to shake his head and say, well, wait a second. We just lost in the cold, in the snow, if you will, to a rookie quarterback in Josh Rosen, who, to my eye, is not very good, and a 2-9 Arizona Cardinals team at Lambeau Field on the frozen tundra, the hallowed tundra of Lambeau Field. And during that game, Green Bay went 3 of 14 on third down conversions. Is that good?
No, that's
not
terrible.
very good. And Green Bay then fell subsequently to 26th in the NFL in third down conversions. Is that good?
No.
Is that Mike McCarthy's fault? I don't know. Maybe
What about
part
play
of it.
calling does have something to do with that?
Maybe some of it, but there were many years when I was covering this league early in Mike McCarthy's career when he was considered one of the best play callers in pro football. So did he and Aaron just fall completely apart? Yep, they did.
Had he updated his resume recently?
I guess not. But has Aaron? Nope.
Yep.
So who's going to win this battle? How about the quarterback who just last August got the new 4-year deal worth $100 million guaranteed?
Yep.
The quarterback who is making $33.5 million per year. The quarterback who all told this season, is making $67 million for by far the worst year of his career.
Think about what you said now. 21-1, worst year of his career.
Worst year of his career because he's now 19th in QBR. 19th in QBR. That's
Stop
that's
it, Skip
horrendous.
Bayless. Will you stop doing that?
And he has broken the all-time record for throwaways because if he doesn't love what he sees, he just throws it away and says, I'll try another one.
I saw Tom Brady do 3 of those yesterday on screen passes. When
Tom Brady played probably his best game of the year yesterday, so thank you for bringing him up. We'll talk about him yesterday.
Yes, we will.
Unfortunately, we will talk about him.
Unfortunately.
Yes, we will. So, you continue to call Aaron Rodgers the GOAT. He was just the lowercase goat of that game yesterday, but you call him the GOAT, and the GOAT always needs a scapegoat. And Mike McCarthy became the scapegoat because Mike McCarthy makes about $6 million a year. So let's see, $100 million guaranteed versus $6 million a year. I think Mike was just going to go.
Has his offense progressed? Has it gotten better?
Nope.
Has the play calling got any better, Skip Bayless? Where's the adventure? Where's the imagination?
Well, there's a Devontae Adams who he looks like a top 10 receiver to me, and he caught 8 passes yesterday. And Jimmy Graham, I know he's got a broken thumb, but he caught 8 passes yesterday, and he's been pretty good all year. I know Randall Cobb's only played 6 games, but he's pretty good. And those two kids,
Skip.
What's that?
Randall Cobb is not the same Randall Cobb.
Okay, well, I think he looks pretty good. And 6'5" Equanimous and 6'4" Valdez-Scantling, they look like young studs on the rise. And how they don't contribute more, I don't know.
No passes, and the other guy caught 2 passes.
Yeah. So if Tom Brady were having a year as abysmal as Aaron Rodgers is having, as his team has fallen to 4-7-1, you would be calling for Tom Brady's retirement.
Well, Tom Brady's just thrown 20 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers is 21-1. But you see how we equate quarterback play and team success?
Tom Brady is 9-3 in position.
Is Tom Brady's 9-3 or the Patriots 9-3? So do the Patriots have 20 touchdowns and 8 picks?
He's been the
Tom
driving
Brady?
force of that team because that defense until yesterday, that was the first time all year the defense actually looked credible.
You see,
Dare I say credible?
You see what you did? Now, every time they win, Tom Brady is unbelievable. But the moment they lose, that defense is terrible. Oh, did you see what Matthew Stafford did to it? Did you see what Blake Bortles did? Did you see what Marcus Mariota?
Well, did you? Those are good questions.
I also saw what Tom Brady did. That's what I be seeing.
Oh, really?
Did you see him in Tennessee? Did you see him, Skip Bayless, in Tennessee?
Have you seen Aaron Rodgers from game 1 on? This is horrendously bad. But again, apologists, defenders, blind witnesses, because Aaron is the LeBron James of the NFL.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If Aaron Rodgers is 21-1 and his team is 9-2. Do we think Aaron Rodgers is having a bad season? We look at the team success and we say, well, they're not playing well. So, granted, do I believe Aaron Rodgers can play better? Yes. I believe there are throws that he's missing. I believe there are throws that he's leaving on the table. But because this team is so bad currently, we automatically look at Aaron Rodgers. Think about this. He's 21-1. Tom Brady is 20-8.
So let me ask you this. What am I to do with the fact that Aaron Rodgers ranks 28th in the NFL in completion percentage? And if I just take the 13 quarterbacks with 400 or more attempts, he ranks dead last of those 13 with 400 more attempts. So what am I supposed to do with those numbers?
Because here's the thing, Skip, their inability to run the football. See, you talk about Tom Brady. They took a 6'4" receiver and they turned him into a running back. Aaron Rodgers said, I dealt with that for 3 years because Ty Montgomery was my starting running back for the last 3 years, and he's a wide receiver. But you didn't make concessions then. You applaud Coach Belichick for using a wide receiver and Tom Brady for finding ways to get him the ball. But Aaron Rodgers was dealing with that for 3 years, and you never said a word.
Even Aaron Rodgers has been applauding Aaron Jones as a real stud for him at running back.
Oh, 11 for 36. Is that good?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't give him the ball enough. Play calling, I don't know.
You see?
Yeah, maybe Mike McCarthy said, okay, Aaron, I'm going to let you do it today against the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, you're going to let him do it?
So, Aaron, you do it. You throw it. And on third down, are you believing 3 of 14 versus Arizona? How can you defend that? Why do we keep giving Aaron Rodgers passes for all the incomplete passes that he throws?
Hold on, Skip. The thing is that when you realize, here's the thing that a quarterback has to do, and he has to do it instantaneous, but he knows going into the game, my defense isn't very good. If I were to turn this ball over or put this ball in harm's way, we're 4-6. I'm 21-1. 21 touchdowns, 1 interception. If I were to turn this ball over, what chance? There's already minimal chance that we're going to win the game, even if I don't turn the ball over. If I turn it over, we got no chance. So what is
Maybe
he supposed
he
to
should take some chances to make some downfield throws that would change games. I don't know. If you're the GOAT, can't you be better than 4-7-1?
Well, that's not what Tom Brady said.
Has he lost
last
the
week.
GOAT label?
That's not what Tom Brady said last week.
Tom Brady said, I need to take more chances.
He said, I need to. Is he?
He took a bunch of downfield chances yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Well, he threw for 311, was it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, so now
I thought he was great yesterday. That might have been his best game and their best game.
So I want to ask you a question. He was great yesterday. Who was he throwing to? I know he wasn't throwing to the guy that has a piano on his back in Josh Gordon.
Well,
I know he wasn't throwing to the guy that had an organ on his back in Julian Edelman. Please tell me he wasn't doing that, Jenny. Jenny, please tell me.
In fact, Tom Brady didn't throw his first ball, his first target to Josh Gordon, the piano man, until mid-third quarter. And once the floodgates opened to Josh Gordon, then I guess he said, okay, if you guys aren't going to cover him anymore, I'm going to throw it to him, and he's going to hurt you. And he started to hurt Minnesota.
First of all, no.
Tom Brady threw it to 9 different receivers yesterday?
He threw 9 targets to James White, who's Skip, a running back. 9. I want to know what. So is he throwing it?
James White has been one of his favorite target for years now.
But you see what he did, Jenny? Now, James White had a 42-yard completion right before the end of the half. Now, see, that's going to look good on Tom Brady's resume. 42-yard completion, but it was nothing. It's empty calories. It's just like eating honey buns or donuts, Skip. Empty calories. They serve no nutritional value.
Well, you eat some.
I don't eat them.
Yeah,
okay, maybe once in a while, but that's neither here nor there.
A while. They taste good, you know.
But see, you Skip Bayless. Why do you do that?
So I got to ask you.
Yes.
So look what Aaron Rodgers did yesterday. He had 74 plays on offense to only 57 for Josh Rosen.
Yes.
74 to 57.
Yes.
So he controlled the clock, did Aaron Rodgers 32 to 28.
Yes.
And yet you can only produce, what was the score? 17? What was, I can't
17,
remember.
20 to 17 was the final score.
So you got 17.
What about Mason Crosby?
Wow.
Mason Crossbar.
Yeah, what about him?
Yeah, you see?
Well,
you applauded him when he kicked those against Dallas.
I didn't applaud him. It made me sick.
Yeah, but
because they're the 2 screwiest looking field goals I ever saw come off a guy's foot.
But I haven't heard you mention a thing. I didn't hear you mention a thing in Green Bay when he missed 4 field goals and a PAT. I didn't hear you mention a thing when he missed a kick that would have won Green Bay the game against Minnesota. I didn't hear you mention yesterday he missed that kick that would have tied the game and sent it to overtime. You didn't say a word, Skip Bayless. Why is that?
Because it's the Arizona Cardinals. Why would you be in position to need a 49-yard field goal at the buzzer just to get into overtime?
I just want to make sure.
Really?
I just want to make sure. So Tom Brady wins every game no matter the opponent. So why is Adam Vinatieri going to the Hall of Fame?
I mean, Tom Brady's had a better year than Aaron Rodgers. Would you agree with that?
Tom Brady's team has had a better year than the Packers. So stop saying that. You know it's not true. 20-8. So when did 20 touchdowns and 8 interceptions become better than 21-1? When your team is 9-3, and the other team is 5-6-1, 4-6, whatever it is. Stop it.
You know what I love about this?
What do you love?
The spotlight is now going to get hotter and hotter on the wrong number 12, the bogus number 12.
And that's tough saying he's not bogus.
The counterfeit number 12 in Green Bay.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
Yep.
The real one lives and resides up in
No, he
Foxborough.
doesn't.
Yes, he does. So the spotlight is going to get hotter and hotter. The pressure is going to rise exponentially on the number 12 in Green Bay because all of a sudden everybody's going to say, well, if it was McCarthy's fault and you got your coach that you wanted, now what, Aaron?
Right? I will agree with you.
And yesterday he turned 35. Is he aging faster than Tom Brady? Maybe.
Stop it.
Maybe he's just hitting the age wall.
Will you stop?
Well, I'm just asking.
I will give you this. This does ramp up the expectations and the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Skip, I've always felt like this. Anytime a coach lost his job and Shannon Sharpe was on the team, I always would go back and question myself. Could I have made a play here or there that would have changed the outcome?
Especially if you like the coach.
Yeah, well, I liked all my coaches because they believed in me. I didn't play for a coach that I didn't
You were actually blessed to have that.
Yes. I think working my way up, and they saw how hard I worked. So, but when Dan Reeves lost his job, Dan Reeves was my head coach, my first head coach in Denver. He believed in me.
He did.
And so when he lost his job, I was just starting to come, Skip, into my own. I had started to start. They were calling plays for him and give me an opportunity. I said to myself, I remember going home when I heard the news that he had lost his job. I said, if I had sped this process up, if I had been the guy that I became this year, if I was that guy last year,
okay, that's all great, but do you think Aaron Rodgers went home and had his scotch last night and thought, what could I have done better for Mike McCarthy? I just don't think so.
Very few players think like that, Skip.
Okay.
But I do. But Aaron's going to have to, Skip, this happened on his watch. So he's going to have to take some accountability for this. Now, he's not without blame. There's enough blame to go around, and we know how this works, Skip. You can't fire all 53 players. You can't get a whole new staff of players, a whole new roster of players. But you can fire the coach, get a different voice. Sometimes, you know what? Look, sometimes a different voice, because clearly Mike McCarthy's voice wasn't no longer resonating with this.
It obviously just wasn't with the quarterback.
Right.
I don't know about the rest of the team, but if it doesn't with that guy, then you're not going to last.
Correct. That is
okay?
correct.
So they just said, let's stop the bleeding. Let's put both of these guys out of their misery, Aaron and Mike McCarthy, because Mike wasn't having any fun either.
So, of course not. And now Aaron, he can't relax. He's going to be on that scotch real hard. I don't know if he's drinking doors or Johnny Walker.
I don't know.
But he got to come on with it these last 3 or 4 games.
He does, and I'm going to make this prediction. Mike McCarthy will land nicely, and I think he will be very refreshed to change scenery and start over.
Let me tell you what he won't have.
Yeah.
He won't have the best quarterback of this generation. That's what he won't have. So he can go to Cleveland and get Baker Mayfield. He can go somewhere else, but he'll never have that number 12 in the green and gold again.
The best quarterback of this generation is obviously Tom Brady.
He's not.
No, I mean, seriously.
No,
seriously. I mean, that's just blasphemy for you to say that.
It's not.
So Aaron Rodgers had one magical run to a Super Bowl. It was 8 years ago, and he didn't do it on the frozen tundra at Lambeau Field. So he
took a show on the road.
He took it all on the road.
Took a show on the road, Jenny.
I remember.
That's special.
He beat Michael Vick in Philadelphia, and he beat Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
And then he beat not Jay Cutler, Caleb Haney.
If I'm a fighter and I go to someone's house and I knock on the door and I slap him and beat him down, that's what he did. He went to Philly, beat him down.
So
he went to Atlanta, beat him down.
They didn't need to home field anybody in the cold on the frozen
tundra. And he went to Chicago.
Right?
What is Chicago? You make it seem like it's 85 degrees in palm trees at Soldier Field.
That was actually a pretty nice day for that time of year in Chicago.
See, you see what you did,
well,
Skip?
Caleb Haney? And Aaron played a pretty lousy game by his standards in that game.
Jenny, you see what he did? He talked about it was a pretty awesome day for Soldier Field for
well,
that time.
I know, so I worked there. I live there. I know it.
I know it too.
Really warm. Interesting.
Jenny, don't do that.
I know it well.
No.
I
know it too. I was born in Chicago. Yeah!
You were not.
I was too.
Born in Chicago?
Born in Chicago. Shot time.
Since when?
What you mean 1968?
How long?
2668.
How long
in
did
Cook
you stay
County.
there? How long did you
I
stay?
ain't telling.
A day?
No.
2 days?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay, you can't remember it.
Okay.
So this
But
is
I
what
will.
I remember about Aaron Rodgers, and I hate to bring this up, but I think
No, you don't hate to bring it up.
all those blind witnesses need to have their eyes opened here. But Aaron Rodgers won 1 Super Bowl and played in only one 8 years ago, and since then he's 5-6 in the postseason. 5-6, and he lost 2 home games.
You know what I can't
How do you do that?
Jenny, this is what I can't understand. Is that what Skip Bayless would do is say Aaron Rodgers won his last Super Bowl in 2011. Tom Brady won a decade from 04 to 14 without winning a Super Bowl, and the man never said a word. Since Tom Brady's last Super Bowl win, Tom Brady is this in the playoffs.
Wait,
Was he not getting to the playoffs?
Did Tom Brady update his resume a bunch of times since then?
Whoa.
Ah, yeah.
No.
How's he been doing the last
Not between
5 years?
Not between 5 and 13, he didn't.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Well, Aaron's now 35 years of age, so he better get on his horse.
Well,
because he got a long way to go.
So let me get you. So Tom Brady patented
Yeah.
the ability to win Super Bowls later in his career, huh? So nobody else can do that.
Well, I don't know. Aaron seems to be going south.
Well, John
north.
Elway won 2 late in his career. Peyton Manning won 1 late in his career.
And then I think of all the dubious, tainted victories that Aaron's had since he won Super Bowl.
what you
Well,
mean
think about
tainted?
this. Tainted. Joe Webb was the quarterback. He's a receiver playing quarterback. That was 1.
What?
And then Kirk Cousins. Does that count? Not
me ask you a
really.
question.
2. Wait a second. The Des Bryant catch game.
It didn't happen.
Dallas should have won that.
So let me-
How about the Giants boat trip game? How about Mason Crossbar from 56 yards and 51 yards? Both of them looked like they were going to miss and suddenly managed to make it through the uprights.
All they needed is Mason Crossbar to kick one from about 48 yesterday. But that's no skill. You see what you... Let me ask you a question. So how much solace should Tom Brady take in playing and beating Phillip Rivers to get to the Super Bowl with a torn ACL? Phillip Rivers played a game with a torn ACL.
Well, he just beaten Peyton Manning.
No,
Is that good?
Whoa, no.
Huh?
He got injured in that game. Billy Volick
Well,
came in.
but he sucked it up and played some of that game.
Just like we give Tom Brady all this credit in the AFC Championship game. Did he not get hurt? And Drew Bledsoe came in and filled in Skip. I just want to know now.
No, he did. I thought you meant the last one against Saxonville when he had 12 stitches in the palm of his hand. Palm of his hand.
Okay, what did he do with old foes?
Huh?
Throw them foes.
What
What
about
did he do
foes?
with throw them foes?
He set the all-time playoff record for passing yards
And guess what?
at
He
age
got
40.
And I made sure he had 505 L's
And
to
he-
go with them 505 passing yards he had.
And he dedicated all 505 yards to Jenny Taft, and just because it's her hometown.
And you make-
he said, "This
Just
is for
thank you.
Jenny."
And my staff stayed up long hours to make sure all those L's
Really?
was hot for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to pay overtime.
Yeah.
That's what put me out of business.
Who's that cook you got? Johnny Hamburger? Who's that guy?
All I
Got to
know.
be Juicy Lucy.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, good thing, good, ain't it, Jenny?
Those are really
Man.
Minnesota's finest. Aaron Rodgers makes excuses, points the finger.
Whoa, Jenny.
Yeah.
He can't do that anymore.
Jenny.
That's what I'm looking for.
Jenny, don't be that girl.
He didn't. This whole season, he's been blaming everyone.
Jenny.
I don't have time for
That
that.
too, Jenny.
What?
What you mean, what?
What do you mean?
Oh, I can't believe you, Jenny.
You know,
I never thought I'd see
pointing
today.
the finger.
I never thought I'd see
Well, I mean,
today.
this is just obvious. She's just stating the obvious. It's
Jenny
over.
stated it.
It's over. He has been revealed
Shannon.
as a
It
is the
finger
truth.
Right now,
blame
there's a
deflector.
right now there's a wedge, there's a barrier between Jenny and I.
Good.
We'll see if I can get it back in this next one. Did the Sooners deserve a spot in the playoff? And should Bill Belichick be cursing out his opponent? We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
The college football playoff is set. Alabama, Clemson, and Notre Dame were all locks before yesterday's announcement, but there was some controversy with the fourth team. Oklahoma got the last spot after beating Texas in the Big 12 championship game. Georgia finished fifth after nearly upsetting Alabama on Saturday. And Big Ten champ, Ohio State, they finished sixth. Shannon. So did Oklahoma deserve to make it?
I know why you brought that out here. To clean up that Alabama mess on
What mess?
Saturday. The mess that Tua made.
Did we win?
Right? You needed the toilet paper.
Did
for
we
sure,
win?
Right?
I'm like wondering about the toilet paper.
Tide and toilet paper, right?
Skip, did we win?
Yeah.
You
Was
did
that
get it
impressive?
done.
We didn't win because
True.
Tua was not part of that win.
Oh yeah, we won.
Tua was on his-
We are a team.
Yeah. It looked like Jalen Hurts
Spotted
took the game over.
You know, that's the second time in as many times we played Georgia, we spotted them. Spot them 14 like it's nothing. Coach Saban called them up. He look here, guys. We're the best D in the nation. I don't want them to get another yard.
Well, you seem like you're hyperventilating. Over
Yeah.
there. You're
Why are you
pumped.
out of breath over here?
Just,
They got it right, Skip. I think, Skip, we had this discussion.
Yep.
I told you what was going to happen. Sharpadamas. I foretold.
Sharpadamas?
Yeah!
You foretold that Tua was going to stink it up and hurt his ankle, and Jalen Hurts was going to come in and save the day.
No.
Isn't that exactly what he said?
No,
not exactly.
No, Skip. I said if OU won, Ohio State won, OU was going to get it. They bet Oklahoma better be glad Georgia didn't win. Because had Georgia won, you know how it was going to play out, don't you, Skip Bayless?
I don't know. Oklahoma probably would have still gotten in.
You won't bet nothing.
Huh?
You won't bet a thing on that. The committee told you what they thought of Georgia and what they didn't think of Ohio State. It became abundantly and crystal clear to me because the committee said, you know what? You had such an egregious loss to Purdue. It was such an unforgivable that we're going to take a 2-loss team and put them in front of you to let you know you were never in consideration to get the 4th spot. Ohio State. Oklahoma did what it needed to do. They avenged a 3-point loss to a rival. How do I get past? And Skip, I hate comparing losses. Both you lost. But how do I get over? Ohio State lost by 29 to Purdue, who was unranked at the time, still currently not ranked, and just became bowl eligible the last game of the season. How do I get past that? The objective is to win a game. Whether you win it with defense and your scores are 7-6 or 13-10, or you have to score everybody by scoring 50 and you give up 40. At the end of the day, I just need to know one thing, Skip. Did you win? Yes. And the committee said, Oklahoma, because you won, you deserve the right to get bludgeoned by them Crimson Tide in Miami.
That's all this is about. You know this is going to be an obliteration. This is a mismatch. Way to go, committee. Love it.
Skip, don't do that.
Thank you.
That's so unbecoming of you.
Thank you. It's not unbecoming.
You should be happy your team is in the Alabama Invitational.
Is it my turn?
Your turn.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for bringing up that point.
Okay.
As a born and raised Sooner fan, I can't help it. I got born into it, and I was taking my first game when I was 5 years old, so it's in my blood.
Your blood.
So just because of that, am I happy that they got the 4th spot? Well, sure, I'm happy. Am I happier with the defense, the way it played in the Big 12 championship game against Texas? Got some revenge on our arch rival? I'm happier, but I hate to point this out. Would you believe that Sam Ehlinger, the Texas quarterback, who's not a great thrower of the football,
Not at all.
and had a busted shoulder to start with,
Yeah.
would you believe he threw for more yards Saturday, 341, than he threw in October against Oklahoma, 314? So after Saturday, my pass defense dropped 2 more notches. It's now 129th in America out of 130 schools' pass defenses. 129th of 130 schools. Really? And why is that? Because we have 0 pass rush. 0. They will not lay a hand on whichever quarterback starts for Alabama. I don't know who is. Well, is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea. He might have lost his job. I don't know.
He got the Heisman. You can't bench the Heisman winner.
So Kyler Murray will win the Heisman for the University of Oklahoma because he got this defense to the 4th spot in the playoffs. It's game over. That's enough.
No.
In the way he played against Texas this time with no turnovers, he was spectacular. He was masterful. He is the Heisman Trophy winner in a runaway.
Can we go put Dew on it?
Yeah, I'll put Dew on that.
How many cases? 2?
Just 1?
2.
No, I got 1.
2.
No, I'll take
on
1
that
case.
I like even numbers.
Yeah, I'll take 1 case
or
on that
4.
because I got like 6 riding on the NFC East, and I'm good to go. So the point is, I just have to use the eye test. This is painful for me because I'm an OU fan, but I'm also objective. And I am ashamed of my defense, and I have been from the start. We even fired Mike Stoops, our coordinator, at midseason. And we put Ruffin McNeil in there, and it looked like it got worse because the previous 4 games to the second Texas game, We won 4 in a row while allowing an average of 40 points a game. Really? Have you ever heard of that? Kansas went to Norman, Oklahoma and got 40 points on this defense. And now it's in the national championship semifinals. Yeah. So what's my eye test tell me? Is Georgia on a neutral field? Would Georgia beat Oklahoma on a neutral field? Help me out. What would you think? Yes, okay. So does Georgia belong in there above Oklahoma? Well, again, I'm being objective. Yeah, they do. And by the way, Georgia's 15th in points allowed. Oklahoma is 96th in points allowed. And then let's go to Ohio State. Do I think Ohio State on a neutral field would beat Oklahoma? I do, because I don't know if you've been checking out Dwayne Haskins, but he's as hot as Kyler is. He's been out of his mind hot, and their defense is not great, but it's 55th in points allowed to 96th for Oklahoma. So it's marginally better than Oklahoma's.
Was he hot against Purdue?
What's that?
Haskins. Was he hot against Purdue?
Think how long ago that was, though. This team was trending
That's
up.
a good point, Jenny.
Okay.
Very good point.
Oh, so
college football expert.
And guess what? The committee said it didn't matter. Committee said, I don't care if it happened 3 years ago. You're not losing the 29 and getting the college football playoff.
So here's what I'm going to have to put up with. I read the ESPN prediction this morning on their ESPN website.
What is it?
And it says, Kyler Murray will give Alabama's defense by far more trouble than any quarterback Quinnen Williams and the Tide have seen all season. I'll agree with that for sure. The problem for OU, Alabama might score on every single possession. And this predictor says, I'm still not buying the Sooners defense against Tua and company. Well, I'm not either. What did I tell you the other day? I said you could score 80 if you wanted to. You could score 90. You could score whatever you want to score.
Just don't turn it over.
Okay? Just don't turn it over. And again, do I have a little more hope now that I saw Tua just flat out get exposed and just stink it up and throw it all over the
Hold on. Think about it now.
He was throwing wild high, wild low.
Think about what you just said. Georgia's defense is ranked 15th.
That's correct.
Your defense is ranked nationally. So can they expose Tua?
But now does Alabama at least have a little QB controversy?
It don't matter.
Did Tua lose some confidence the other day?
None.
Yes, he might have.
Not with 37-3. 37-4. I mean, he got 37. I mean, how much confidence did he lose?
So will St. Nick feel a little more obligated since Jalen got them there to give Jalen some snaps, give him a couple, 4 or 5 series?
Yeah,
I don't know.
He gonna get a bunch of snaps because we're gonna be ahead by the start of the third quarter, probably midway through the third quarter, it should be like 63-21. So Jalen Hurts will get a lot of reps.
Okay, so you're actually ecstatic because you wanted Oklahoma to get in there, so you're not objective at all. I'm the only objective party, and I'm the OU fan. And you're the one who's rooting for Alabama because you want a blowout, and you got it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me tell you what the committee is looking at. The committee says, okay, we have 2 Power 5 schools, one in the Big 10, one in the Big 12. Both of these teams have 1 loss. Okay, so here's the thing. Oklahoma has a 1 loss. It's by 3 points to a rival on a neutral field. Ohio State has 1 loss to Purdue by 29. That was unranked at the time they played them, and currently they're still unranked. So how can we, in good conscience...
But Ohio State obliterated its rival, and it looked like a powerhouse in doing it.
Everybody knew, with the exception of Skip Bayless, Jenny Taft, and Khaki Pants, that Michigan was overrated. Because everybody said they're one-dimensional. If you cannot do...
Did Vegas know? You always tell me how smart Vegas is. Vegas said Michigan was a 5-point favorite. 5-point favorite in Columbus, Ohio?
What did I tell you?
Well, you've told me a lot of wrong ones.
No, Skip.
Because I got 10 cases of due to show for it.
Well, because you swindle me sometimes.
I don't swindle.
I give you points when I shouldn't have. But that's my fault.
Okay. So, you know what the committee did? Look, they know they are at the bottom line, they are in the entertainment business.
True.
Do you want Kyler Murray, the Heisman Trophy winner, in your national? Yes, you want him in the semifinal. You want the matchup of Tua, who was scorned with the Heisman voters. You know, like this. Well, no, he's scorned. He's going to lose. So, and again,
we got 2 cases.
Wait until Kyler does win the Heisman. You don't think Alabama is going to be like spitting fire to just dominate and devastate Oklahoma? Once Kyler is the Heisman winner, it's going to be just a nightmare game. It's a joke. It's a joke. And you know what? Clemson Notre Dame is pretty close to a joke.
Well, let me tell you what happened.
By the way, Alabama's a 14-point early favorite, and it will get bet up. It'll go up.
Well, both teams are double-digit favorites. Clemson and Alabama are. But Skip, had Georgia won that game, you know it's going to be a situation what we had last year. Alabama's going. Alabama's going to the college. They're going to have 2.
I don't know about the politics of having 2 SEC teams. I just don't know if you can get away with it.
They had them last year. They put Alabama in. They didn't even make the conference championship. And it was validated because what did Alabama do? Everybody said Alabama's been the best team all year. They lost to a rival at home in Auburn. Okay. They put Alabama in. Alabama win the national championship. They could not justify because they would have done the same thing because I think Ohio State had 2 losses last year. So, Skip, you don't want to start that precedent, especially when you have a deserving, qualified OU with 1 loss by 3 points to a rival. But what the committee told me and what they should have told you and Jenny is that Ohio State was never in consideration for that 4th spot because they took it too long.
Okay, Georgia was in command against Alabama. Again, if Tua doesn't go down, Georgia's going to win that game.
We got him.
Don't got him.
We got him.
Tua at that point was 10 of 25 for 164 yards with 2 interceptions. He had a QBR of 15 on a scale of 0 to 100. You don't got him.
We don't worry about that.
You're going to lose that game.
We don't worry about the. Let me ask you a question. I read a stat, Skip. Do you know Alabama and Georgia played twice in as many years? They've been 290 total plays. Alabama's led for a grand total of 9. So it doesn't matter how many plays you lead for, is that when the horn goes off.
I think you just made a strong case that Georgia should have been in that 4th spot.
No, Skip.
Yeah.
You can't do that with 2 losses, especially when there's a Power 5 conference champ with 1 loss, Skip. I get it.
With this with the 129th worst out of 130 pass defenses, really?
But Skip,
against Alabama?
This is a team. You're not just taking Oklahoma's defense. You're taking OU as a team.
Yep.
And the team said, you look at, what is it, 11-1, 12-1?
So, you know what tore me up the worst about all this is my best receiver and my game breaker is Marquise Hollywood Brown.
You're right.
And he left the game after 3 quarters on Saturday with some kind of undisclosed foot injury.
He'll be all right.
And he was bawling on the sidelines and had to be carted to the locker room.
Okay.
And they got away with saying yesterday, oh, he's going to be fine. Well, what are they going to tell the committee? He's out? Because if you tell the committee Hollywood Brown is not going to be on your marquee for this game, I don't think they're going to put OU in there.
We could have told them Tua was out. We could have told them Jalen Hurd was out. We still the number 1 seed.
Okay, I'll give you that because you're just loaded with NFL first-round.
Don't do that, Skip Bayless.
Yep.
Coach Saban can coach them things. Can he coach them up or what?
Yeah.
Can he coach them up or what?
How many draft picks you think are on my OU defense? How about none?
You got a bunch on offense.
Yeah.
That's not how you win games.
I got a bunch.
You win games with your offense. That's how you win games, Skip. This is the first time that Alabama's had a quarterback because we've always asked the question, man, how good could Alabama be if you're going to pair them with those running backs, those tight ends, those wide receivers? If you had a quarterback that could throw the ball, we don't have to ask that anymore, do we, Skip?
Pressure's on Bama now. They should score on every possession.
Don't worry about it. There ain't no pressure.
Sooner defense, 26 days to prepare. Is that enough? That is
with what? What are you going to prepare with? Can you go out and sign some new kids?
Oh, boy.
Well, you better bring the Selman brothers back, Gerald McCoy, Bosworth.
Yeah. You could do that.
Yeah.
They got some eligibility left.
But Alabama got that stank. Oh, and you know what St. Nick get 3 weeks? You gonna get that man 3 weeks to prepare for you, Skip Bayless?
That's the part that's
And he won't revenge. You remember you've been talking all that smack. You remember what Trevor Knight did to you in the Sugar Bowl? Oh, St. Nick's defense. He remember that. Coach, what's the mascot of the Crimson Tide? The elephant.
Yeah.
They said they got memories. Ooh, Jenny, they said you can do something to an elephant as a baby.
Yep.
And 30, 40 years later, they'll remember it. He remember. Coach Saban remember what you said, Skip Bayless. Now you're going to have to pay for those words. You're going to pay for those.
No mercy.
A tough loss for me personally yesterday. The Patriots beat the Vikings 24-10.
Yep.
But one of the biggest moments happened in the 4th quarter. Latavius Murray ran for a first down, and Patrick Chung fell down with an apparent injury. Bill Belichick challenged the call, which didn't sit well with Adam Thielen, who said the injury was, quote, cheap. Thielen and Belichick got in a heated exchange where it appeared that Belichick told Thielen to shut the F up. They both talked about it after the game. Let's hear what they had to say.
It wasn't necessarily at him. It was more so just frustrated with the situation. But again, it's not an illegal play. That guy has the right to go down, and it's just a frustrating situation when it's a close yardage. It could be reviewed, and a guy goes down on the field. But like I said, I don't know if the guy was hurt or what. But just a frustrating timing of that.
You and Adam Thielen, the competitiveness there, is that just 2 competitive people exchanging holiday greetings?
Yeah, pretty much.
can't set him up that way. Okay, Skip.
That was,
Mike Reese,
answer. Thank you. He's saying, like, thank you for that.
Great way to put it.
That's Mike Reese.
I know what it is.
Yeah, I know
So?
what it is too. Yeah, no, I'm saying that's why he got that softball.
Oh. Well, don't blast Mike Reese. He does a great job.
He asked him that softball
I
question.
know he did.
Okay,
I didn't love the question.
So
but
who
Mike
am I
Reese-
supposed to blast?
Mike Reese does a really good job. But go ahead. Go ahead. He does. He's a really good reporter.
But that was a bull jive
He
question.
was hoping that maybe an easier question would get a bigger response, and it
Really?
got a.
Sure, when you're
Coach
dealing with
Belichick is looking
Belichick.
for the easiest
He
exit.
was.
Okay, you try every route to get him to talk. He doesn't say much. But Skip,
Yes.
whose side are you
I
on?
am sorry about that.
No,
I'm
whose
jumping
side
right
are you
in.
on?
I'm on Adam Thielen's side.
Good choice.
Thank
That's
you.
a shame.
You know what? You got to put this kid in perspective, and Jenny can appreciate this. He's from a small town in upstate Minnesota,
Minnesota State.
like a couple of hours north
Yeah.
of Minnesota, up near the Canadian border. Went to Minnesota State, and I'm sure he grew up a huge fan of Belichick's and Tom Brady's. That he was in awe of them, and all of a sudden, this young man, conservative values by nature, winds up on the field, getting to see the scoundrel in action that Belichick can be, because he operates, as we know. He got busted for Spygate, for cheating outright. He got accused by the first two Super Bowl teams he played of spying on their walkthroughs the day before. And in this case, we've seen him play occasionally in the gray area, playing a little dirty pool, jumping through loopholes in the rules. So what does he do? He has Patrick Chung go down and fake an injury just so his staff up in the press box can have a couple of more looks at the replay to make sure the spot was bad enough to challenge. And Adam Thielen just lost it. And I'm sure he was saying, you're Bill Belichick. You don't have to resort to that. Well, what are you doing? And he admitted he just lost it. And he winds up, I think, like having an out-of-body experience because his conservative nature just took over. And he's just screaming at Belichick, you're better than that. Don't resort to that.
But he's
You're
not.
Bill Belichick.
But if he knows Coach Belichick, he knows that he's
Okay,
not.
well, I know, but a lot of people hold Belichick in awe.
I
They
do.
put him on the highest pedestal. You do.
And you a hater.
Okay, well, Adam Thielen's not a hater.
Yes, he is.
He's just saying, who are you? Why are you doing that to us? You're better than that. That's what he was screaming.
Adam Thielen should have walked towards Kirk Cousins and said, that's bull crap.
Okay, well, you could do that too. I'm good with that, but he's not going to do that, obviously. And again, did Adam Thielen, did he regret it? Did he want it back after the game? Yeah, he probably did, because he kind of lost it so bad that about 2 plays later, he had hit a pass right in the hands and dropped it, because I'm sure his mind was still on screaming at Bill Belichick. And by the way, what a classy response from Belichick. Shut the F up.
Yeah,
Right? Way to
that's
go.
what you do. Get
Way
out
to
of
go,
my face.
Bill.
Or I put hands on him.
I had to
yeah,
watch
Bill's
that
got-
back.
Yeah, put hands on
Oh,
him.
I don't think Bill's ever put hands on
Yeah,
anybody.
he would have.
Yeah.
Skip, you know what? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, as you tell me that this is pure Coach Belichick hate. Because Adam Thielen said it wasn't directed at Coach Belichick. Yes, it was, because you walked directly towards it.
Obviously.
If you had a problem, you should have had a problem with Patrick Chung and walked over to Patrick Chung and said, get your punk, you know what up. But you didn't do that.
That's true. You could have done that.
But Skip, here's the thing. And look,
But he was ordered by the head coach.
yes.
Right?
Every team has a situation where a guy looks to the sideline and the coach gives you that. You
Yeah.
go down.
Yeah.
So, we don't have any time, whatever. We don't have no timeout. We get to stop the clock. Okay, we got that. And maybe that was some gamesmanship. But you don't know.
Maybe. Well, you just said it was gamesmanship.
But here's the thing. When you're dealing with the Patriots and their history on it, the guy can have a bone sticking out his leg, and you're going to say, man, get your butt up. Ain't nothing wrong with you. But that's just the way it is. Because here's the thing. You and I both know this. The Patriots have lost all benefit of the doubt. Even if a guy is seriously injured, you don't believe it because of the history of what has transpired
true.
within that organization.
I will give you that.
Yeah.
Thielen, you said you didn't mean it towards Coach Belichick, but you walked towards it. So what was Coach Belichick was going to say?
Yeah, he
you're
was
right. You got
screaming
me.
at him.
You got me. Coach
Yeah.
Belichick, get your. He said, shut up. Oh, go back. That's my guy. That's my guy.
Oh,
That-
so he won you over forever and ever.
he always
Yeah.
won me over. That's how you talk to him.
Really?
Let him know.
Yeah.
Shut up. Or I put these mitts on
Get
you.
the back.
Get
to
up,
the-
get out of here.
Yeah.
So if you got a problem, Adam Thielen, you should have had a problem with first cousin. Well, he third cousin, 32 completions for 200 yards. You should have had a problem.
Did I try to tell you?
You should have had a
Try to
problem.
warn you?
If you didn't,
Yes.
I picked the Patriots. That's why I didn't pick Minnesota.
Yeah, you knew.
But I picked the
Chargers.
Chargers. I did pick the Chargers. We're gonna talk about that game a little
I
bit too.
hope so.
But if you got a problem, go to Patrick Chung. Man, get your butt up.
Well,
Ain't
you know
nothing wrong
what?
with you.
I got to tell you, it's gutsier to go at the head coach. That took a little nerve.
And you see what Coach Belichick told him.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, what Belichick was basically saying is, do you know who you're speaking to?
Exactly.
I'm Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Right?
And you need to have an appointment to speak to me, and you don't have one. So back up.
That is true.
Get back. You don't know me like that.
Yeah, you need an appointment to have an audience with him, right? Because his players don't get an audience with him. Tom Brady certainly doesn't get an audience.
This is not about no Tom Brady. I'm tired of you bringing Tom Brady to. We talking about Coach Belichick, the greatest unquestioned coach in all of football.
That would be Bill Walsh.
No, that would not be. Bill Walsh ain't got 5 Super Bowls.
So my next question is, why would Belichick need several replays of what was clearly the wrong spot? It was like a half-yard short, Latavius Murray. He just got stoned.
Well, because
it was over.
The officiating had it messed up when they let those 2 pass interference go. They said we got to give you a mulligan. We got to get one back for you. So yes, it was short. And they gave him the spot anyway for the simple fact they knew they had mucked up when they got those pass interference. They let New England get away with anything up there. You know that, I know that. But Adam Thielen was out of pocket. You don't step to that man like that.
Well, I think he admitted that after the game.
No, I don't need you to admit it.
Yeah.
Now, see, Coach Belichick put the mitts on him. Now we up here talking about, well, Coach Belichick have to know how to conduct himself.
Yep.
Stay in your place, Adam Thielen.
Well, I got to say, Adam Thielen won a little more respect in his locker room than he even had already. And he's got high respect.
Well, you want to earn respect, go to Patrick Chung. Man, get up. Ain't nothing wrong with you. I saw you flop. Get on up.
But he was just taking orders.
Okay.
You can't kill the messenger.
Okay,
right?
why you going to kill the guy that gave him the orders?
Well, why not?
Yeah.
Like, challenge him, expose him, call him out.
Well, you don't listen. Colonel Jessup ordered the code red. So you don't go to the subordinate.
You were obsessed with that.
Yeah. He asked Coach Belichick, did you order the code red? He said, you damn right I did. Now, you know Thielen was wrong, but your Coach Belichick hate. And what he
I just loved it.
No,
that took some, you know what?
Because Coach Belichick has tried to get rid of Tom Brady. You just can't get that out of your craw.
Well, what I can't get out of my craw is that his defense has been abominable until yesterday. And I got to give him props. Because especially in the second half yesterday, the defense played very well.
But your quarterback,
First time all year.
But it's not like your quarterback playing like Patrick Mahomes boy either.
I think he was gutting them yesterday. Because listen, that Minnesota defense, as we saw what happened to Aaron Rodgers the week before. Remember what they did to Aaron Rodgers? Discombobulated him. Well, you'd think they'd discombobulate Tom Brady the same way, and they were not able to.
Well, you take a 42-yard completion at the end of the half that was a bogus bump, tack on empty calorie yardage, and he doesn't have 300. But that's neither here nor there. He still only has 20 touchdowns with 8 picks. 20, Skip Bayless.
24 of 32 for 311 and a touchdown.
That's pretty good. Minus 42, how much would that have given him?
I don't know.
Did
he complete it? It was a good idea, actually. I thought for a second James White was going to get loose and score. I saw Kansas City do that to Dallas a year ago with Tyreek. Just flip it to him over the middle and let him run through the zone.
James White ain't Tyreek.
Well, he's not, but he's pretty good.
He is.
And he is Tom Brady's favorite target.
You mean to tell me Tom Brady have good players playing with him on offense, Jenny? Because I'd have thought he would have been playing with bums and those guys from Dorchester.
The best receiver in New England is about 5'10", 185.
Hold on. Hold on. You just told me last week the best receiver had a piano on his back, and it's Josh Gordon. Now you going back to Julian Edelman?
No, I said he can't be the best receiver because he can't run.
But you said Julian Edelman can't run either.
Well, he looked a little quicker yesterday, but he's not the same old guy. And by the way, Gronk, there's one play in the first half where he caught a ball a yard short of the first down, and the safety just comes up and rides him down, like hog ties him.
Yeah.
There was a day when Rob Gronkowski would have carried that safety for 20 yards on his back.
But it wasn't yesterday.
It is a different looking Gronk. I hate to bring this up, but I did lose the bet, Skip, so what do I owe you?
Well, wasn't it for a case? I thought it was. That's what we usually. That's our currency here,
I can handle that.
right?
I can handle that.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Look at that.
I gotta pick wisely.
The Patriots had 160 yards rushing.
Well.
160. And you're going to sit here and talk about Tom Brady. I wish Tom Brady had this running back. I wish Tom Brady had Todd Gurley. I wish Tom Brady had Julio. You want Tom Brady to have everybody.
Finding a way to get it done.
Tom Brady.
We are going to leave it
7 of 14
for now because we've got a serious story in the NFL from this last weekend. Kareem Hunt, he has been released by the Chiefs, and we'll discuss what is going on next.
No mercy.
The Chiefs released Kareem Hunt on Friday after video was released by TMZ, which showed him pushing and kicking a woman back in February. The Chiefs said Hunt lied to them when they asked about the details of the incident, and Hunt admitted to that, and yesterday he tried to explain his actions. Let's hear it.
Honestly, it was just a long night, and to be exact, it don't really matter what happened. I was in the wrong. I could have, took responsibility and, made the right decision to, find a way to de-escalate the whole situation. It was definitely some things that were said and did that I did not like, and that's not an excuse. It's not, I'm that person in that video did not deserve that. I didn't mean to hurt anybody or anything like that. It's really tough.
All right, Shannon, what is your reaction?
Skip, I watched this young man speak yesterday, and I don't normally watch other shows, and I definitely don't watch anything with the sound because I don't want anybody to contaminate my thoughts or speak behind someone else. But I wanted to hear what he had to say. And for me, I think he showed quite a bit of contrition.
Yeah.
He admitted he lied to the Kansas City Chiefs. What he did was delay the inevitable because he knew, had he told the truth, that I put my hands on this woman, the Chiefs would have released him in February.
Yep.
He did not know there was a tape. He didn't. The Chiefs took him at his word. The NFL took the Chiefs at their word because the Chiefs asked him what happened. It was nothing like that. Then the NFL got involved. The Chiefs said, well, this is what Kareem told us. Okay, good. I hate that this young man put himself in that position. Guys are clearly, in 2014, guys have not learned a lesson yet. Skip, I grew up in a time, and I know what people told me. My grandmother told me, somebody put their hands on you, you put your hands back on them. But we're in a different age now. We're in a different time now. That's no longer acceptable. Men putting their hands on women, even if something is said, even if something is done, is viewed in a totally different light now.
Correct.
Guys, I'm talking to my guys. If a situation starts to escalate between you and a female, I don't care if it's your house, the Huddle House, or the Waffle House. Leave, go get the police, and says, I want this person removed. Because you lashing out, not only could it ruin you personally, it could also ruin you professionally. He made a serious error in judgment. And his boys are doing everything they possibly can to restrain him because they know this could possibly end bad.
Yep.
But the thing that makes Kareem Hunt such a great football player worked to his detriment in this situation. Because just like when linebackers and linemen have him short of the first down and he powers through them, Skip, that worked against him in this situation. Sometimes when emotions are high, logic is low. See, Skip, at that very moment, it didn't matter to Kareem Hunt that he was an NFL player, and a damn good one. It didn't matter what he stood to lose, that he stood more to lose than ever to gain by getting to and putting his hand on this female. It didn't matter at that moment.
No.
And now he has an opportunity. He has to sit back and think. I believe Kareem Hunt, not this year, but I believe in the future he'll play again in the NFL.
I do too.
He made a mistake.
Yep.
He owned up to his mistake. And I know people like, well, NFL, they got to do. Look, the NFL can't do what TMZ. TMZ paid someone for a copy of this video. The NFL can't get in the business of doing that, Skip Bayless. Now, they can investigate. They can go to the police, and the police, Skip, Cleveland Police Department did a horrible job
They
also.
did.
They dropped the ball on this.
They did.
We asked the NFL to go above and beyond what people that we hire and put in place to do their job. That's the police department job. They should investigate this. But the NFL, you just can't take someone's word because it's going to turn out to be a PR nightmare if they lied. And he lied in this situation. There was a video, because Skip, video is a game changer. See, I believe if there was a video on Reuben Foster, he would be done. But he could always say, well, it didn't happen like this. It's he said, she said.
Yep.
That's what Kareem Hunt told the Kansas Chiefs. And the Chiefs then relayed that to the NFL. But when this video came out, Skip, what do you say? See, the video doesn't know that Kareem Hunt's an NFL player. It doesn't know he makes millions. All it does is record what transpired. And Kareem, I believe she said something. I believe she did something. But, bruh, it's a female, it's a male involved, and you always, 1,000 times out of 1,000, you're going to be wrong.
So I agree with every point you just made, all of it very well stated. But I cannot, in the end, let the NFL completely off the hook. And I speak everything I'm about to speak straight from the heart because, as you know, I've always been a huge fan of the National Football League. I love the NBA too, but boy, the NFL is up there for me. And it just frustrates me, it perplexes me that the NFL can't seem to get out ahead of these things, these incidents, because you're right, there were no charges filed, there's no complaint filed by the woman, and she convinced the police nothing had really happened and she didn't want to pursue it, and they dropped it. And as you said, they dropped the ball first. But to me, the National Football League is the most powerful league in the world, and you just have to be a little better at getting to the bottom of these incidents. Your investigative arm has to do better. You've got ex-FBI people. Clearly, his residence was a hotel.
Correct.
So you just know there's going to be footage.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And you just have to figure out how to get your hands on the tape because you are the National Football League. Now, obviously, the Cleveland police say they couldn't get the tape either for whatever reason. So how did TMZ get it? Obviously, did they pay for it?
Of course they did.
Okay, how
the same
much?
reason they got the same way they got, because theoretically, Skip, you're only supposed to turn that tape over to law enforcement. Well, TMZ is not a law enforcement arm, it's not a bot, law enforcement body.
But TMZ keeps setting all the agendas here. They keep, like we started with Ray Rice.
Right.
And obviously the NFL swung and missed on that.
Right.
And then that leads me to what happened with Ezekiel Elliott. And I'll be the first to admit, lifelong Cowboy fan, I'm not objective. I love Ezekiel Elliott as a football player. I don't love a lot of things he's done off the field.
Right.
But in that case, Kia Roberts was the NFL's director of investigations, and she asked to testify at Zeke's hearing against the better wishes of her bosses above her, and she testified that she was the only member of the NFL front office that interviewed his accuser, not once or twice, but 6 times, and she found that woman not credible, and instead Zeke got 6 games, and Kia Roberts lost her job.
She did, but I think, Skip, we have to be careful. Because we keep saying the NFL. Well, the NFL is not the body that's investigating, so they don't have precedent over this case. The NFL can't get and says, okay, we're going to give you $300,000.
Hey, just remember, though, they never even asked to interview Kareem Hunt. He said yesterday, he
or
told ESPN.
Or the victim. Now, see, Skip,
all right.
That's where they made the mistake. I believe this is where they dropped the ball because the Kansas City Chiefs took Kareem Hunt's word. The NFL took the Chiefs' word. So, look, if I don't really want to know, I just ask you, Jenny, where did you go? And if Jenny just tells me, well, I went to the Starbucks, okay, if I don't really want to know, I'm just going to take Jenny's word for it. But if I really, really wanted to know, I'm going to do some investigating on my own. But I might be afraid of what I might find out, Skip. So.
But what do you always tell me about teams and the NFL just investigating players?
Yeah.
Tailing them.
Yeah.
You know, they know everything about everything.
Yeah.
Well, why can't you get to the bottom of this one fairly quickly?
Because here's the thing, Skip. There was a video, and by law, someone could lose their job and be put in jail for turning this over to TMZ. What I believe happened is the same thing that happened to Ray Rice. Somebody made a copy. Because remember now, this happened in February, where the price wasn't high enough for someone to turn that copy over. So the price kept going up. So someone got a nice little Christmas, got to get a nice little Christmas check, Skip. That's what happened. Look, Skip, I just don't know. Can the NFL do more? You got to at least call Kareem Hunt in and talk to him. You got to at least try and get in touch with the victim or the alleged victim. At this point, it was just an allegation. But we know what we know now is because of video. See, Skip, Kareem Hunt didn't know there was a video. Because if he had known there was a video, he'd have told the truth in the beginning. Because what did they say? If you play football, the eye in the sky doesn't lie.
Okay, but wouldn't the NFL sit back and live in fear that the video might come out at some point?
And now they look bad.
They look bad.
They haven't done a good job of that. This isn't new. This isn't a new issue for the NFL. And you listen to the video and you watch Kareem. And I do believe he's sorry. And I'm sure he was under the influence of something. Well, he didn't admit that, which doesn't really change the thing. But I just don't know if he deserves another shot. Because you make that mistake.
Really? You think?
I don't know if he does.
Out?
So here's my thing now.
Wow.
If this
It
is
makes
it,
me sick.
I just want to make sure we're clear. If this is a lifetime ban for a professional athlete, I want doctors, I want police officers, I want everybody to get a lifetime ban. Because it just can't be for domestic violence if you're a professional athlete. I want everybody that has an occupation to suffer a lifetime ban.
By
That's
the way,
the way we're going.
understand
I'm
that.
not even sure this qualifies as domestic violence. It was just assault. To
Right.
me.
So
Right?
I just want to make sure if that's the road we're going to travel down.
Yeah.
If you put your hands on a woman, no matter your occupation, it's got to be a lifetime ban. No more employment for you. Because what I'm starting to hear is more of that, well, he's a professional athlete, he doesn't deserve to do anything anymore. No, doctors, lawyers, firemen, policemen, school teachers, bankers. I want that to be the uniformity across the board.
Well,
Shannon,
obviously.
it is a high standard. You have to.
is.
You are held to a higher standard.
So doctors are not held to a high standard?
Well, but I'm just saying in the NFL, you
So let me
should
ask
know better.
Let me ask you a question. If he was not in the NFL, what would be the difference?
I mean,
But
all
NFL
people should be held to that standard.
NFL
but the
players
NFL,
are looked at as role models and representatives of
So
a
what is
league
the-
that
what is the-
operates
what is the
on
doctor
its
looked at?
image.
They are also looked at
Okay,
very
so a
highly.
lot of
and
times
that would be
you-
handled in a different way. But
Why?
this is the NFL.
Why?
Because you are held to a higher standard.
But you said, are you saying doctors and lawyers are not held to a standard? And school teachers. Do you see, Jenny?
But a lot of time the public doesn't even know what transpires.
So
it becomes so public.
But see, you got to excuse the NFL because they didn't know the tape existed. So what they didn't know.
Well, they had to know the tape existed.
Okay,
They're
then.
with the
So
tape.
if it's the veil of secrecy, if we don't know who you are, if you Joe America and you do this, you can go on about your life. But if you're a professional athlete and we know about it, you should be held to a high standard. That's not the way the justice and the law said it's blind.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what you do.
So in this case, I will be surprised if anybody claims him
This
off
year.
waivers
Correct.
this year, but I will not be surprised if he's on somebody's roster next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs has Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
He punched and kicked his.
Yeah. Oh.
So
it was.
Ooh,
that
this
was
is
in
not,
college.
Right.
It
This
was
is
in college.
not uncharted.
Not in pro football, but when he was in
This
college.
is not uncharted territory
right.
that
No.
we're dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the day that these stories are just done.
Yep, I
Because it
agree.
seems like there's far too many of them.
Good point.
And that's the part where I'm hoping that if the NFL makes a stand, things will change.
I'm just saying, but this is a problem in society, not just
Agree.
professional sports.
You're right. No, there's a big problem there. All right, we're going to leave it for now. The Steelers, they blew a big lead last night, and we'll discuss that with D'Angelo Hall next.
No mercy.
The Steelers made some history last night, and not in a good way. For the first time ever, they blew a 16-point lead at home, lost to the Chargers. Phillip Rivers threw 2 touchdown passes, including deflected TD to Keenan Allen. The Chargers scored 23 unanswered points, went on to win 33-30 with a field goal at the buzzer, or try 3. We're joined by FS1 NFL analyst D'Angelo Hall. D'Angelo, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right. Was this game more about the Steelers or the Chargers?
I mean, you gotta say it was a little bit about both because the Steelers played bad in the second half, but to me, the Chargers showed me a lot, and so I'm gonna say the Chargers. Excuse me. It was about them. I don't watch a lot of the Chargers games, and so I was kind of a little bit, I was anticipating this matchup. I wanted to see Ben, and I wanted to see Phillip go at it. And in the first half, I was like, wow, like, I didn't think the Chargers stood a chance. I'm like, they're exactly who I thought they were. They're overhyped. And so when I saw that second half, I was just enamored with the way I felt like the message was relayed in that locker room, because obviously you can tell those guys had a passionate halftime speech to get those guys fired up, because it looked like 2 totally different teams. And I'm starting to believe that the Chargers can actually make some noise in the playoffs. And I did not believe that at first. But if you see a lot of the adjustments they made through the course of that game in the second half, man, they are a force to be reckoned with. And they did that without Melvin Gordon. And he is a baller. And so when he gets back out there, him and the other running back, those 2-headed monsters, I mean,
Justin Jackson, he had a coming out
he
party.
did. He played very well.
I wish that Northwestern would have had him on Saturday night. They probably could have used him.
Huh.
Yeah, no, they definitely
They did
could've used
okay without him.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No. Hey, Skip, didn't I? Hold on. We talked about this on Friday, and I told you what was going to happen, didn't I? I told you on charge, old Phil, Oh, Phillip.
And what I didn't say was you overlooked the fact there's no Melvin Gordon, and I thought there was no way your Chargers could win that game, and they should not have won that game.
They should have.
You were probably sweating in the first half.
Hey,
at halftime, you were probably like, "Oh my goodness."
It should have been 37-7 at halftime. Yeah, you're lucky it wasn't that.
But what did I tell you? Ben, I don't trust.
I got lucky.
I told you I don't trust Ben. And he get cavalier with the ball. He gonna throw the ball and throw interception.
You know what they say about blind squirrels?
Yeah, well, I found another one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep finding them too till I get all my cases back from you.
We didn't have a case on that.
And congratulations to Phillip Rivers. He and his wife expecting baby number 9 in March. So that was a good. So he knew he was gonna do that thing.
Is that really congratulations? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. He can afford it.
He can afford it. This is more about the Chargers. To go on the road and beat a good team, because I believe the Steelers are a good team. I don't think they're great, Skip. The deficiencies that I always thought they possessed on defense, it reared its ugly head last night. And Phillip was able to pick them apart. And until Justin Jackson, he came in and started running the ball late. They really, because the first half they had 1 yard rushing.
Yes.
And so that put a lot of pressure on Phillip. They were pinning their ears back. Now, if you remember, Skip, it was about to be what? Could have been easily 20-0. But the right tackle, he clearly jumped. Now, you remember the same right tackle, Skip.
Okung.
Against Cleveland.
Yes, at Cleveland.
And the guy lost his job. The official lost his job. They fired him.
Yeah. Are we going to fire this guy?
It might be a situation because he clearly jumped. That got him some momentum. But Ben threw a horrible interception. He had the guy wide open. And he Skip, in a situation like that, just throw him the ball. You don't have to be perfect.
What was he doing? Like throw this lollipop just kind of up for grabs?
But I wonder who he's going to.
I'll just throw it up.
I fought Antonio Brown for that interception. And I fought the receiver for not running fast enough and laying out further to catch this pass. Because, Ben's looking to blame somebody. Yeah. And I told you, Skip Bayless, I said, they're going to win this game, and I'm going to be anxious to see who Ben blames. But this is all about the Chargers. Anthony Lynn, my former teammate, head coach of the Chargers, gave him a great pep talk. They came out and they played well. But let me tell you something, Skip. When I look at the Chargers, Gus Bradley's their defensive coordinator, and he's out of that Seattle system. They believe they'll line up in a coverage, and they believe their players are better than yours, and they can out-execute you. But you can't just line up in cover 1 and cover 3, not today.
Not today.
The teams are too good, Skip. They know where the weakness is in that defense, and they were just lining up in the first half.
Because they got Joey Bosa, and they think he can get you.
Right. No. And Melvin Ingram.
But they mixed it up. They had to.
They got it one time when they really needed to, Skip. Put him in a 2nd and long. Then it was 3rd that he got off the field. And Phillip, they got that punt return for a touchdown. And that was really the difference in the ball game. But Phillip Rivers, that was unbelievable. That last drive, Skip, that was a thing of beauty. 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
It was.
And you kick a walk-off field goal and say, good night, everybody. Thanks for playing.
I just knew they were going to get one more possession, Pittsburgh. I saw Ben pacing the sidelines. I'm like, there's no way they're going to run 4 minutes out on the clock. But that's the way you practice it. Yep. Every week you got a 4-minute drill,
all of a sudden,
and you try to execute it.
Jackson, a 7th-round draft choice, was Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
Or I'll go one level higher. He was Ezekiel Elliott.
Hold on. Who leads the league in rushing, Skip?
Ezekiel.
No, he doesn't. Todd Gurley does. By 25.
Does he?
By 25 yards. And the dude got about 18,
If
19
they played
too.
one more game?
No, stop it, Skip. You know they're even. Why you do that?
All I know is my team is on fire.
My team ain't never lost
fire.
I knew that was coming. They doing all right. They doing all right.
Doing all right?
Doing all right.
What?
No.
Okay.
Watch that fire. Watch that old fire.
So, this game last night was all about what's wrong with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They should have won it in the second quarter. They should have just put it away. I'm serious, when it could have been 37-7. And by the way, even at 23-7, they were 174-0-1 when they were up by 16 plus at home. Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, what's wrong with this team? Well, it lacks a killer will, and it lacks a backbone of discipline. There's some core of discipline that's missing in this team. I don't know if it emanates from the head coach or from the quarterback or sort of both together.
Right.
Because Ben will try anything at any moment, and he doesn't seem to care about the ramifications of it.
Well, it's the same reason Mike McCarthy doesn't have a job right now. I mean, which side do you pick? When you have a quarterback who's who is the the face, I would say, of a franchise, kind of like Aaron Rodgers is with Green Bay. Ben is the same way in Pittsburgh.
But Ben is different. He's the flip side of
He
Aaron.
can say things
He
that
can get
other
away
guys
with it.
really can't.
I got that.
Yeah.
But
So
Ben operates completely different than Aaron operates.
Yeah.
Ben is the highest risk and pretty high reward because he has won a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So I give you that. I can't take that away.
Right.
But he's to the point now where, do you think he loses any sleep over that interception he threw last night?
No.
That was horrendously
Terrible.
bad. It's just a bad idea. It's careless.
Yes.
It's just like you can't do that. He thought he was just in the driver's seat, like he was in control of the football game. No, the other team has too much firepower, and I don't know if he didn't have any respect for them because they came out in the second half with little to no respect for Pittsburgh. It's like Anthony Lynn had told them at halftime, these guys will crumble if you take the fight to them in the third quarter, and they started to crumble. And once they teetered, even though Ben had a nice drive to retie the game, remember at 30 all? But then when it's time for your defense to lock down and make a stand, no, it's Justin Jackson just tearing them apart.
And Keenan Allen had 19 targets, 14 catches, and on the touchdown to slant to Keenan Allen, this is what the safety knows. You know this. Okay, you got the guy you play in bracket coverage. The corner's going to undercut it. Why are you going to undercut it, safety? Go to his back shoulder.
The ball that got tipped up?
No, it got tipped up.
Yeah, that he ran into.
Okay.
Joe Hayden's going to undercut it because he knows the safety is back there. So if you go high to safety, you're going to run into the safety. So I'm going to try to get me a quick pick. You go and blow up Joe Hayden.
Yeah, as a safety, you got to have a little bit more awareness.
You
He's
do.
going to make that play. You just stay back and wait a little while. Let it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran into each other.
And
But Keenan Allen he's a beast now.
Oh, he's skilled. And you see that final drive? You got to go. And I
grown
understand
man.
they were scared of playing dime because you don't want them to run the ball with
ball
Jackson.
at you.
But when you play nickel, that means 51, your middle backer, is one-on-one with the slot receiver, which is Keenan Allen. And what do you think Phillip Rivers is going to go? Keenan Allen. So he got the option route. Okay, you go in or out. And he was just right down the field.
He was dicing.
But those Chargers.
Then what an eyesore to end the game with 3 straight offsides on field goals. Really?
Guess what? I'd have kept doing it.
Well,
I'd have
they
kept
ain't had
doing
nothing to lose at that
I
point.
know.
Let's try to time this thing up right. But the crazy part, what no one's talking about, if you don't jump that first time, if you're taught from the jump not to jump the first time, then he misses it.
I know.
Oh, you know what?
He would have missed it.
He would have missed it.
If you're taught,
Unless you-
and I know sometimes in that last moment, it's like, look, we got to do anything, so we all jump and we going.
Unless you can argue that he missed it because hands were near the ball. Maybe. And because they jumped.
Because what was it, 49 or 52 yards?
It was farther.
Yeah, it kept getting up.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in the
Chargers?
50s.
You
I
got
think it was
this?
in the 40s.
Yeah,
So are you saying for sure they're in the Super Bowl?
I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, but I didn't expect Patrick Mahomes to be lighting it up like this.
Oh, so you're off your own bandwagon now?
No.
Because you jumped on you, a former Denver Bronco, have jumped on the Kansas City bandwagon? How can you do that?
Actually, we were in the same division with the Chargers also.
Oh, that's true. Well, that's
won
okay.
We
either
would beat the
last
brakes
night.
off of them.
But you never cared about the Chargers.
No, Chargers were no threat to us.
Right.
It was the Kansas City Raiders.
Well, I don't know. Chargers got a hard schedule coming
They do.
home. They do.
But-
It's going to get worse. This was the easy game.
I believe
This was the gravy game.
I believe the Chargers are who we think they are. They're coached by my good friend Anthony Lynn.
Oh, so
And they'll
that's
get it
why
right.
you like them.
No.
Because he can say, Shannon, I told you. What
No. When I make my decision, coaching, that don't be.
I like the Chargers, but come on, let's be real.
Let's be real.
We
That's
know
correct.
where the path to the Super Bowl goes through.
New England.
Kansas City.
New England, man.
Kansas
New
City.
England.
New England.
You heard
Kansas
it right
City.
here
New England,
first.
man.
Kansas City.
Huh?
Kansas City.
No, I'm
We'll
sorry.
wrap it up on that note.
And by the way, Tom Brady's going to visit Pittsburgh in 2 Sundays.
It could be
right?
a tough one for him.
We'll see how that goes.
Thanks
Pick
for
on
being
it,
here,
yeah.
D'Angelo. Always good to have you. Speaking of bandwagons, Skip, are you staying on the Baker one or are you jumping off?
I'm driving it.
He wasn't so
I'm about to
dangerous.
drive it right down your
yesterday.
throat.
Discuss
Here we go.
next.
Was he feeling dangerous?
I don't think so.
No mercy.
Baker Mayfield had a rough day yesterday in a 29-13 loss to the Texans. He threw for nearly 400 yards, but also threw a career-high 3 interceptions. Baker threw a pick 6 in the second quarter, then threw interceptions on the Browns' next 2 possessions after that. Let's take a listen to Baker after the game.
I think if I take care of the ball, this game is very close, and we have a great team to where we're very close. We just lost to a team that's won their 9th game in a row, and so for us to be talking about just the little things that we're off on against a team like that's a positive way to look at it.
He probably wasn't feeling too dangerous in the first half, but he was feeling a little more dangerous in the second half. I mean, he obviously we're lucky. We made a lot of good plays in the first half, a couple of huge plays, and he came out and made some plays in the second half. So you got to give him credit for that. I mean, he bounced back as a rookie quarterback. Probably would have been easy to kind of go into a hole there, but he fought through it and worked his way through it.
Shannon, how would you grade Baker's performance yesterday?
How about grade it, Skip? What I'm going to give him, Skip?
F.
Yep, F. Failure.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, the first half, 5 of 13, 46 yards, 3 tubs and a pick 6. Where's that smugness? I thought, he felt dangerous. Did he wake up feeling dangerous yesterday?
No, apparently not.
Where's that smugness, Skip Bayless?
You know what? It's no shame to get pick 6 by a kid from Vanderbilt. Another one of those stars from Vanderbilt, Casey Hayward, we saw last night. Best corner in football. Zach Cunningham from Vanderbilt University pick 6 you. You just say, tip your cap to him.
Oh, that is what he said last week.
Football factory.
When he was throwing all them tubs.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened yesterday, Skip? Oh, I know what you're going to say.
My turn?
No, it's not your turn.
Wait, Jenny, you have to disqualify him because he cannot put words in my mouth.
You're right. Okay.
You know what I'm going to say?
13, 46 yards, 3 interceptions, a pick 6. Now, when you look at his final stat line, he was close to 400 yards.
Yeah.
But again, it's those empty calories. They have no nutritional value because the team is so far ahead. They say, we're just not going to let you throw the ball over the top. So what we will do, we'll give you this 10-yard completion, 15 yards, knowing that you're probably going to make a mistake before you get the ball into the end zone. So at the end of the day, you'll have a nice little stat line. But it was really no threat because you know who going the guy that threw for the most yards yesterday was Mullins from San Francisco. But they lost 43-16. You see what happens when you get behind, Jenny, and you got to throw the catch up. You have a lot of nice. I'm like, ooh, he threw for 414. But was the game really close? Oh, Baker Mayfield had 397 yards. It was 29-13. Was the game really close? No, it was not. So I want him to have that same energy. I want him to feel dangerous when he wake up in the morning. I want him to have that same smugness.
Yep.
When he played with it, I want to know, did he have that same chip that on his shoulder that he had last week, Skip? When you was hyping him up, you was a hype man.
Oh, he had 3 straight sensational games. 3 in a row.
But why did he do it against the Texans? It don't tell me nothing to do what he did the week before. Why didn't he do it against the Texans?
Texans have a good pass rush.
Whoa!
J.J. Watt, Clowney, Merciless. Help me out.
Jenny, you say I walked him into that trap?
Help me out.
You didn't mention anything that Cincinnati has a bottom 5 defense when Baker threw 4 touchdowns. Now you want to say Texas got a great defense when he throws 3 picks. I need that same energy, Skip. I need that energy that you had last.
My turn?
Yes, your
What
turn.
grade
Oh,
did you
thank
give him?
you. I give Baker Mayfield a B, and the more
What?
I
Come
talk,
on, Skip.
you know what? I think I just raised it to a B+.
Come on,
I'll tell you
Skip.
why. You have completely swung and missed, as usual, on Baker Mayfield because there was far more great than bad. And I give you the bad. It all happened in the second quarter. Boom, boom, boom. 3 interceptions just in the second quarter alone. How many rookie quarterbacks would have come all apart over those 3 picks? How many rookie quarterbacks might have needed to be benched at that point because they would just be so discombobulated they'd be a disaster?
Benjamin put Tyrod back in?
Yeah, put Tyrod back in. No, Baker just said, watch this. He's one of those spit-in-your-eye guys. He's just going to come.
He's spitting his own eye.
No.
He's spitting the wind and blew it in his own eye because those 3 picks hurt his team.
He didn't get humbled yesterday. He got fueled because that was a great test against one of the best ball-hawking secondaries and, again, one of the best pass rushes. So what did he do? He came out in the third quarter, and you can laugh at this all you want, but in the second half, after throwing those 3 picks, Baker Mayfield goes 24 of 30 for 351. Guess what, boys and girls? That's the most passing yards in any half, first or second half, of the entire NFL season, 351. Empty calories? I think not, because there are a couple times this game was getting close. It was getting dicey for those Houston Texans.
Isn't Dallas close to Fort Worth?
Yeah.
But is it really that close, Skip?
So here are just a few of Baker's completions yesterday. I'll just blast them off here. 28 yards, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 19, 19, 19, 17. Those are just a few of his completions.
If you don't mind me asking.
And wait, no, it's my turn. I think I'm speaking. And Bruce Arians, who was doing the commentary for CBS yesterday, just raved and raved about a Baker Mayfield that he said was so dangerous because he is so accurate throwing on the run. He is deadly accurate. When he kept beating that pass rush, he kept ducking under the dangerous J.J. Watt and getting free for another big completion for 18 more yards, 25 more yards.
Was he dangerous in the first half?
Nope,
So
he wasn't in the second quarter, just in the second quarter.
No. Second quarter. No, there's the first
By the way,
quarter also.
does Bruce Arians know what he's doing because he coached Peyton Manning?
Yes.
You know, that
Skip,
guy Roethlisberger, he coached him, and he coached Andrew Luck.
If you don't mind me asking, when the score was 0-0 or the score was 7-0, 10-0, what was Baker Mayfield numbers? See, it's easy to have big numbers when you're down 20 because the team is not going to let you throw the ball, so they'll give you those completions.
So I watch every Baker Mayfield game, obviously, just as I did at the University of Oklahoma, and I got to tell you, his arm is getting stronger. Yesterday, he was throwing rockets all over the lot. He was throwing rockets with higher velocity than even Deshaun Watson has. I think Baker's got a better, and I think Deshaun's arm is really good. It's not like
I know Deshaun Watson is 2-0 against Baker Mayfield. But you keep telling me now. This is what he told me, Jenny, and you know what, Jenny, you co-signed this, so you got to pay this bill too.
Yeah.
You told me Baker Mayfield didn't turn the ball over. That he's a careful gambler. I said, Skip, that's oxymoron.
Well, he had for the last 3 games. So
how many turnovers he got now, Skip Bayless? The guy's throwing more turnovers now than he did in college.
He's a rookie, and he is learning on the fly.
Whoa!
You know what? That game yesterday will propel him. That was a great test and great learning experience on the road. It was loud in that building. It's hard to hear your snap counts.
Well, help me understand, Skip. I'm trying to.
I got B+. You know what? If you keep talking, I might even go to A- on this one because it was something.
Okay, he lost the game.
Yeah.
He threw 3 picks, a pick 6. And he gets a B. He gets a passing grade.
I would even go that far.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you.
Let me give you those numbers again. 24 of 30 in the second half for 351.
What was the score? What was the
you know
score?
how hard it is, though, for 351?
Not when
especially when the pass rush is just pinning ears back, as they say.
Jenny, it's
you know how hard that is against J.J. Watt and Clowney?
If I'm in a basketball game, we're down 50, and I come off the bench and I score 30. What have I done?
Yeah, but you didn't stink it up in the first half. You came off the bench.
Who stunk it up?
Huh? In the second quarter.
Who stunk it up?
I just said.
So, hold on, Skip.
And you know what?
You don't get to almost drown me and then talk about, boy, I did a good job of saving you.
You want to talk about
me.
resilience? You want to talk about bounce back? This kid just says, watch this.
Skip,
here
where was the bounce back?
Yeah.
Where's the bounce back, Jenny?
I just told you he threw for more yards in the second half than any half by any quarterback the whole year, including Tom Brady.
Okay.
You believe in that?
Okay, you know what? It just so happens they had a pop-up shop in Houston. And guess who came, Jenny? Well, guess who came and got a hot ale?
Hit a pop-up shop.
They've won 9 straight games. They're rolling, man.
Whoa.
They're dangerous.
See, you see what you did? But you didn't say anything about Cincinnati had lost 5 straight when he threw those 4 touchdowns.
Do you realize that was the first road win in, like 4 years for Cleveland?
But see, you see what you're doing, Skip. I need you to have that same energy.
I'm having it right now.
No.
I'm not backing off.
You didn't say anything that Cincinnati was a mess. You didn't say anything that they had fired their defensive coordinator.
It's a division rival. It's a division rival.
Hold on. This is the same Cincinnati Bengals defense. They gave up scores on every possession to the Saints.
Wait, the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe told me going into the game that Hugh Jackson's going to have a big advantage here because he knows Baker Mayfield, and he's going to tell all the
No, Skip.
Yes.
Now, if you're going to tell the story, I want you to tell the whole story.
Yeah,
I say he would have an advantage on the team of the personnel, not just Baker. But see, you didn't have that same energy.
Yeah. What did Baker say to
terrible.
What did Baker say to Hugh? Don't try to shake my hand. Don't you try to shake.
And that's what the Texans saying.
Yeah.
Don't come out here and try to get no love on us.
Yeah.
You'll never get a resume tape looking good on us.
You know what? J.J. Watt should be ashamed of that second half. That was not a good look.
It was a great look.
Whew.
What was the final score?
Huh.
What was the final score?
351 yards in the second half.
Hold up. Do you win game for yards or for points?
No, you don't.
What was the point total, Skip?
You know what? Baker Mayfield is far and away the best of the rookie quarterbacks.
That ain't
You had
saying
Sam
much.
Darnold, right?
That ain't saying much.
You had Sam Darnold.
Hold up.
You still like him?
Hold up, Skip.
You still taking Sam Darnold over Baker Mayfield? Nope. Hold up. Hold up. You're not going to find it in that stat sheet.
Hold on.
Hold on.
You want to score 13 points? I know Baker Mayfield is scoring more than 13 points.
We had to make him look for it.
13 points, Skip Bayless. Is that all Baker Mayfield? With 3, he threw for the most yards in any half.
Any half, first or second.
And got but 13 points. That's a whole lot of nothing.
Boy, he threw some rockets.
That's like going shopping all day and coming back with nothing.
Here he comes.
Jenny, who do that? Oh, I was on Rodeo Drive for 4 hours. What you get? Nothing. So he threw for 400 yards. What you get, Baker? Nothing.
He got a lot.
No, he get nothing.
Man, he got a B+ from me.
No,
That's all you need.
You a bull job. You a bull
I'm not
job
bull
teacher.
jive.
You a bull job.
Well, you gave it F.
F. He failed.
Well, that's bull. You know what? That's not just jive. That's bull something else.
Skip, you lose the game. So you already starting at a B. You throw 3 picks.
F?
That's a C. A pick 6. That's a D.
Oh, okay.
Baker Mayfield, keeping it fun
That's
on this show.
Baker hate.
He's going to be back in action this week against another quarterback with some interception issues, and that is Cam Newton.
Oh, Cam got this one.
Oh, really?
Cam got this one.
We'll see how they both respond.
What they play?
Let's see. I'm actually not sure where this game is.
Okay.
Back in action.
Don't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Cam bouncing back. And you see O.C. Mack, another 100-yard rusher. You saw that, Skip?
I saw that.
It is in Cleveland, Shannon. So Baker's going to be just fine.
You're afraid of that.
Why was Odell so upset after a Giants win yesterday?
Here we go.
I'll tell you next.
No mercy.
Well, the Giants had a big upset win against the Bears yesterday, but there was some controversy. The Bears recovered an onside kick late in the fourth quarter, then scored the game-tying touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr. was in line to catch the kick, but he appeared to let up to avoid getting hit. After the game, that was questioned multiple times about the play. Take a listen.
We kind of were in a position where we didn't know that they were going to go get it, if they wanted me to go get it. And, I was so far back when they passed the ball. I was trying to run up there and get in the mix. Just got to it late.
It looked like you didn't dive for it. Did you have a chance to dive for it?
It sounded like a question that, it just was you just asking just to ask, kind of,
On the onside kick, did you think about...
That sounded kind of his question, So I'm not really going to talk about that.
People are going to question your effort for that onside kick. It's already out there. People would say that.
That's fine.
What would your response be?
It was a great kick. Sometimes somebody makes a better play than you do. I could dive in there and still not get the ball. So, it was a very tough call. Nobody should ever question my effort or my heart. That's the last thing you could do. You can question me as a person, as a man, whatever you want to do, but my heart and my effort can never be questioned, ever.
All right, Shannon, should Odell be questioned for his effort?
Absolutely. That was bull jive. Skip, what do you mean? They could have got it or we could have got it. Yeah, that's their job. They're onside kicking it with a chance. They want to get the ball. Odell, they put you there because they believe you have the best hands on the team. And sometimes in a situation like this, Skip, boy, you got to have big ones because they coming. And they're coming with bad intentions. They're trying to dislodge you from the ball. And in this situation, everything goes. Odell, you got your money. Self-preservation got to go out the window. Because they got the ball back and they went down and got the onside kick. They got the onside, they went down and got a touchdown. This very play cost the Green Bay Packers an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Skip, that's his job. What does he mean? So let me ask you a question. I want to know, Odell, I want to ask you this. This is what I ask Odell. When you attempt to catch a pass, when you jump up, do you say, you know what, there's a chance I can catch it, a chance I might not, so I'm not going to jump? Of course not. You sound utterly ridiculous. You gave a bull jive half effort. You look at that effort. And anybody that's a Giants fan, if you think Odell Beckham is really trying to get that ball, he got y'all fooled. But you can't fool me, Odell. That was bull jive. And you showed chicken poop guts to go get that ball. That's unacceptable. This explains why they're not going to be successful. We can talk about Eli, and Eli has played bad. But as long as that guy right there giving you that kind of effort, you're not going to win. You can't win with that. I know what it takes to win. I won a lot more than I've lost. I've lost some too. But that effort won't get it done. Odell, that's bull jive.
So I'm going to say it one more time. Odell Beckham Jr., more trouble than he's worth.
Look at this.
Yes,
he pulls up.
You know what? The more times I watch that, the more I laugh at it, because it's actually very funny to watch how he tried to give the appearance of effort unsuccessfully, because he didn't even do a good job of faking effort.
Look at this, look at this.
He tries to fake the effort.
Look at this.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go.
What you thinking at?
Yeah.
The ball.
So number 85 is a special teams player for the Chicago Bears named Daniel Brown, in his 4th year, undrafted out of James Madison, and his whole livelihood depends on he's got to get that football, right?
Or go blow somebody else.
Go blow somebody up, and if it requires helmet to helmet, you just got to do it, because that's what the game is coming down to. And Odell Beckham Jr. is very lucky they did ultimately win this game. That got them to overtime.
Correct.
Got the Bears to overtime, but they did win it. Thanks to Jackrabbit, he made a play on the end, because Chase Daniel bombed one out there, and it looked like it had a chance.
Skip, on that play right there, Chase Daniels, that's bomb blitz, that's zero coverage. Throw the guy across the field. You don't throw him up the field. You let him run and catch.
He had a rusher right in his face. He was going to rock him back.
Throw it
He's
across
about
the
6
field.
feet tall.
Yeah.
I think he got all on it that he could get on it. But anyway, it still had a chance, but Janoris just put it in his back pocket.
But this, Skip, look at Odell's effort. He's going up there, and then he fakes at the ball.
He did. It was funny.
The ball doesn't, Skip, the ball doesn't have emotions or feelings, so you faking at it doesn't do anything for the ball.
Yeah.
And what he thought, the guy, he going to fake at the guy like, okay, he think I'm going to get it. He won't get it.
Okay, so why would you even put Odell out there? Because unless the ball hops right in his breadbasket, he's not going to try for it. If it comes right to him, he'll catch it and cover up, right?
I'm not so sure, Skip, like you said. Unless it comes directly to him.
Like right to him. So why would you even put him on your hands team? Because let's face it, I think we all know this. Odell Beckham Jr. is more entertainer than football player, right? He's more celebrity than football player.
That's bull jive,
so
man.
is he going to put himself in harm's way for an onside kick?
Skip,
No.
I thought he's a team guy. I thought he made the argument, the reason why he's acting up on the sideline is that he wants to help the team win. Okay, well, they're going to give you an opportunity to get the ball. How about that? The Chicago Bears going to give you an opportunity to get the ball. The Giants put you in position to help the team win by getting the ball, and you turned it down.
I thought he was a team leader. Wouldn't the leader set the tone by making that play?
Look at this. Man, every time I watch this, I get more upset. I get madder and madder. My blood's starting to boil.
I just laugh more.
He's paid a lot of money to get the ball.
Skip, they gave him his money. So, before Skip last year, like, well, Odell doesn't want to get hurt. Okay, if he didn't have his money, well, Odell is trying to protect himself. Why is he going to put himself in harm's way? Skip, they gave the man $65 million.
They did.
Guaranteed dollars. So the objective is now, go put yourself in harm's way because you got your money. Bro, man, he knew. See, Skip, God knew what he was doing. He knew I couldn't play with these cats because I be fighting every week. Because I'm losing, and then I see this kind of effort, which exacerbates the situation because I can't win with that.
No, you can't win. Well, they're not winning, and they're never going to win with Odell Beckham Jr. as their centerpiece, as their quote-unquote leader, as their best player. The best player can't operate that way.
You can't turn it down like that, Skip.
It's called
He turned it down.
It's football.
Yeah.
Right?
Skip, look. This is not a contact sport. This is a collision sport.
Yep.
And in that situation, I've been on both ends, Skip. I've been the guy that was assigned to go down there and blow somebody up, and I've been in a situation where I'm blocking. Now, really, it's hard to block, Skip, because it's not like it used to be where the guy got to run and start because they used to let him run 10, 15 yards.
It's way less dangerous.
Yes, because the guy got to go from a standstill
That is
position.
true. Yep.
But you still at a disadvantage because he has a head of steam. It's not like you running to meet him. Come on. And Odell had the nerve to say, you can question a lot of things, but you can't question my effort. What am I supposed to question on that? I want to know the person that can look at that tape and can honestly say, Odell gave it everything he had to get that ball. I want to find one person. Skip, it's hard to say all or every, but I just want to find one that says Odell gave everything he could to make sure he get that ball. Odell wasn't trying to get that ball.
He gave no effort.
No.
Which would equate to having little to no heart for the game of football, right?
Skip, what made it at the end? He faked at the ball.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was not good acting.
Whoa!
It's on the America's Funniest Home Videos, right? It's funny. Yeah. Well, you got to give him credit for he's got a big self-preservation mechanism in his brain, right?
Skip, I'm trying to win, bro.
Yep.
And when you try to win, Skip, you throw caution to the wind. Now, I threw caution to the wind. A lot of guys would throw caution to the wind because the ball, at that situation, the ball is the most important thing. We get the ball, the game is over.
Yep.
I don't have to worry about going to possible overtime and all that other stuff. Let me just get the ball. Bro, what you
remember, Odell's smart now. He's got high football IQ. He calculated all the risk in this situation. He's looking at this 85, who's 6'5", 250 pounds, head of steam. He's some joker from nowhere.
First of all, you know how he didn't want to get it? Because look how far he lined up. First of all, they're not going to pooch punt it down in that area because they'll never get down there and get it. That ball's going to take a hop or it's going to skid and it's going to hit somewhere between 8 and 14 yards. Oh, they'll line up at like 20 yards. So he's like, I'm trying. No, you not, bro. You ain't fooling nobody.
So now the scouting report is onside kick if they put Odell on the hands team, kick it toward Odell, right?
Odell forget I was on special teams. That's how I made my way in the league. So Odell telling people that don't really know anything about special teams, Odell Beckham can't fool Shannon Sharpe. Not for 1 second. Look how deep he lined up, Skip. Look at that, man. Come on, Odell. They not going to kick that ball deep to you way back there.
Well, I think Odell just lost his job on the hands team, and he's probably really happy about it.
I put him on the front line.
Would you?
Yeah, no.
Punish him?
I ain't put him on the front line. He going to get somebody hurt.
Guys, Mike McCarthy is out in Green Bay, but did Aaron Rodgers cost him his job?
No.
We'll discuss that with Michael Vick next.
No mercy.
The Packers were upset at Lambeau yesterday by the lowly Cardinals, 20-17, which basically sealed their fate in missing the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers had 19 incompletions in the loss. After the game, Mike McCarthy was fired by the team after 13 seasons in Green Bay. McCarthy coached the Packers to a Super Bowl title in 2010, but Green Bay will likely miss the playoffs for the second year in a row. And earlier this year, Rodgers called out McCarthy's play calling. And we're now joined by Fox NFL analyst Michael Vick.
Good morning.
Michael,
Good morning.
thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Michael, how much blame does Rodgers deserve? How much blame does McCarthy deserve for the season?
I was saying this situation is 60-40. 60% McCarthy because he assembled the team. He puts the game plans together. He calls the plays. And 40% Rodgers because he has the ball in his hands. And I think when that comes together, I think they should be able to find some type of way to find some success on the field. They did it for up 10 years. But, of course, everything comes to an end. I really feel like, Aaron has put forth his best effort. I think McCarthy deserves the respect. He should have been fired at the end of the season. No question that it was coming. We've seen it, about to happen. But at the end of the day, this man has took this team to 9 playoff opportunities and a Super Bowl, and I think that has some merit. But at the end of the day, we knew this was coming. I think it should have happened at the end of the season. But I still think about Aaron Rodgers as having the ball in his hands at all times. And listen, I know these guys get together during the week on Tuesdays and put the game plan together. And so it should have been more success. We didn't see the Aaron Rodgers of old. We didn't see the Mike McCarthy that we've been accustomed to seeing.
By the way, before you go, can I point out that if this man had made one more throw, Aaron Rodgers would not even have that one Super Bowl? Am I right about that?
Yes.
Because in the first wild card road game that year, it's at your place, right, in Philly, and you got one shot into the end zone, and you'd played really well up to that point, and you make one throw a little off.
I gave Riley Cooper a shot.
Gave Riley Cooper
That was
a
your
shot.
first mistake.
I know. That is a mistake. I would agree with that. Wasn't it Tremont Williams?
Tremont Williams, yeah.
He got it. And it was 21-16 Green Bay, and that started that magical roll through Atlanta and Chicago to the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
No, I'm not surprised by the move. Aaron Rodgers does bear some culpability. He's the quarterback. I think this move comes about 3 years too late. I just believe when you have a transcendent and a pantheon great quarterback, what happened, what delayed this, Skip, is that they were making the playoffs, to your point, Michael. But when you have a quarterback of this caliber, making the playoffs not good enough. You need to be able to get to and contend for Super Bowls. And the reason why they were able to get to the playoffs, it had more to do with Rodgers' skill set than McCarthy's play calling. Because I believe sometimes Aaron Rodgers overcame bad play calling by Mike McCarthy. I never thought they had a good enough team. Now, they have some offensive weapons around him, but defensively is that where they lacked. And so Rodgers is that. I mean, we look at his numbers, and he's having a terrible year. He has 21 touchdowns with 1 pick. And sometimes we equate team success and the quarterback, he's having an unbelievable year. And then when the team's not winning, we automatically assume the quarterback is not playing well. Can Aaron Rodgers play better? Is he a higher completion percentage than what he's been this year? Sure. I believe Aaron Rodgers can play better. I believe he's been unhappy for quite some time with Mike McCarthy being his head coach. And you knew this was going to happen. I would have been shocked had he been able to finish the season. You can't lose to Arizona with as bad as they are. This is a warm weather, dome team, and you got them in your elements. Cold, damp, frigid, misty conditions, and you lose to that team?
With rookie Josh Rosen at quarterback, who grew up here in Beverly Hills?
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. So with that being said, Skip Bayless, I'm going to put some of the blame on Aaron Rodgers because, as you said, Mike, he does have the ball all the time in his hands.
So you give him 5% and
85 Peyton.
Yeah, 85 McCarthy. So let's get real about this. If, in fact, Aaron Rodgers is transcendent, like you say,
he is.
If he's the GOAT, as you insist, that is just laughable. But anyway, you insisted. If I'm going to go with that, then I got to go 70% of the blame goes to the quarterback and 30% goes to the now ex-head coach. Because the quarterback is so good, he should be able to overcome the head coach just the way Tom Brady keeps overcoming Bill Belichick.
Oh, is that when he lost the Super Bowl? But you blame Coach Belichick for the Super Bowl. If he's good as you say, he'd have won that one.
Well, how close did he come? He threw a Hail Mary and hit Gronk right in the hands in the end zone to win the game.
But he lost twice to Eli, who you have little to no respect for.
Okay, that's a whole nother ancient history discussion. But the point is, Aaron Rodgers has one Super Bowl to his credit, and we are treating him like he is the god of NFL history. And he's transcendent, and he's the GOAT, and he's just not. And I'm not going to give him a pass for all the incomplete passes that he continues to throw, because despite the, whatever it is, 21-1, this team is now 26th in third down conversions. That's about the quarterback. This quarterback is now 28th in completion percentage. Is that good? 28th? And if I just take the 13 quarterbacks with 400 or more attempts this year, he's dead last of those 13 quarterbacks in percentage completion. Okay? What am I supposed to do with that? He's 19th in QBR. By his standards, he's having a miserable year, and it's the coach's all his fault?
And that's why I say some of the blame has to go to Aaron Rodgers, because the ball is in his hands at all times. So you have the ability to make decisions. You got 4 receivers going out at all times, depending on what the personnel is.
One of them is named Devontae Adams, and he's top 10.
And so what's the difference from the last 3 or 4 years to now? Is it the lack of innovation in the offense?
That's it.
I mean, maybe so, and so that falls on Mike McCarthy. But listen, I would have been so upset in 2012 if Andy Reid would have been fired during the season, knowing that I had the ball in my hands, and this guy was calling the plays and doing the best that he could during the week, putting game plans together. I would have rather been released than to have him fired.
I got that. But do you think Aaron feels like that today?
I mean,
he does
Aaron's
not.
worth, 60, 70 million. He's
I know.
He's locked in.
Well,
stop hating, Skip.
Well, stop hating.
This is pure Aaron Rodgers hate.
Just in August,
and even after 13 years, just the relationship.
Yeah.
It should be.
But Aaron Rodgers got $100 million guaranteed last August, and he makes this year in total with his bonus, he makes $67 million for this year with those pathetic numbers.
Relationships sometimes come
they
to
do.
an end, Skip.
Okay, I agree. But the coach makes $6 million, so who's going to go? I think the coach is going to be the scapegoat for the GOAT.
Well, that's okay. We're going to get somebody in there and watch Aaron take off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a suggestion.
Who's your guy?
How about that guy Gabriel, his agent in the State Farm commercial? Hire Gabriel to be the head coach, then he can be a yes man.
Give Coach Belichick $150 million.
And Gabriel be the first one to say, I'll take the blame.
Give Coach Belichick 8 years, $150.
Do it. I would love that. Tom Brady would love that too.
My thing is, who comes in and makes this offense look different than what it already looked like? What are they going to do so different where
they're going to get some hot? They're going to get some hot shot college offensive guru. Because you look at Sean McVay. Let me ask you a question. Do you see how innovative Sean McVay's offense is, or you see what Sean Peyton?
He got Todd Gurley though, Shannon. I mean, that changes the dynamic of anything that you do.
I've been trying to tell you that, Skip. He ain't got no running game, but you don't want to hear that.
Aaron Jones is pretty good.
Aaron Jones ain't Todd Gurley.
Yeah. No, he's not.
And he's not Sonny Michel either.
Depends on how you use him. I think Sean McVay does a great job of using the talent that he has to work with.
But you saw Sean McVay? Did you see in the shootout against Kansas City? How many carries did Todd Gurley get? The guy leading the league in rushing got 18 total touchdowns, and he had 50 yards.
Not enough.
Okay,
I told you what happened. Sean McVay said his ego's on the line. He's got to show that coach across the way, Andy Reid,
That ain't what
I
he
can
said.
out-genius
That's
you.
what that was about.
Out-genius
Y'all
you.
be hating.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what that was
That
about.
was not about
It
that.
was. Listen to this man. He played for Andy Reid. He knows.
I mean, Sean McVay wants to prove a lot of people wrong.
And he proved it.
Same thing he did to
Yeah.
Gruden.
Yeah.
He
so,
proved it.
I love this because the spotlight just got real hot on the quote-unquote GOAT.
That's what we can
now
handle
we
it.
see. Because
He can handle it.
next year it won't be the coach's fault. It can't be.
can't.
Although you'll
Not at
try
all.
to figure out how to, this kid's in over his head, whoever the
Next
coach
year,
is.
he'd probably be 37-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tubbs and in the playoffs.
Well, next year he's going to be 36 because he just turned 35.
So,
he's starting to look
I
like
love-
he's showing a
I
little
love
age.
I love how everybody,
little age.
only Tom Brady can play into his late 30s and 40s. Everybody else look old.
Well, Brady and Breeze can do that.
Tom Brady has 20 touchdowns and 8 picks. But because his team
Brady's
is
the
9-3.
He's the GOAT.
You
You
said
heard
it.
it.
Goat. Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom
No,
Heard
Brady
it
is
from
the
the
greatest of
running
all time.
quarterback
Nope.
GOAT
No.
right here. Yep.
No.
Come
No.
on, Shannon.
Yep. Come on, Shannon. You got to
Come on,
get in.
Shannon.
Montana.
Come on, Shannon.
Huh?
What?
Sorry,
Idaho. What?
No. Montana. Joe.
Yeah.
Michael.
I love how
thank
you
for
talk about, you
joining
keep
us.
on talking about
If you ask me, I say Steve Young.
you keep on talking about Michael Jordan hadn't lost. He's 6 for 6. Joe Montana 4 for 4.
Well,
Has never turned the ball over in the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady has 5 of those rings.
4-0.
5, and he got
Which
to
is
8.
better?
8. He got to 8. Is that better?
5-3 or 4-0. Give
Who
me
has the
4-0.
all-time record for yards passing in a playoff game?
It's a lot of Super Bowls. I just needed
What
one.
hey, Skip,
I needed
at
one.
the end of the day, what do you get to take with him? What was his consolation prize? That old hard O'Shea Sharp surgery.
Because his head coach sabotaged him.
You see what he did?
Sabotaged
All right, Michael, since you said it, the Brady's the GOAT, we're going to talk about it next.
Yeah, let's
Is he
do it.
still proving he's the
Yep.
very best? We'll
Yep.
tell you coming up.
No mercy.
So Tom Brady made more history yesterday. In the third quarter, he threw a 24-yard touchdown pass to Josh Gordon, which tied Brady with Peyton Manning for the most touchdown passes in NFL history. That combines regular season and playoff touchdowns for Tom Brady. Shannon, is this record big deal or no big deal?
None. 0. Zilch is a nothing burger.
0?
0 nothing. Skip Bayless. We never do this with any other records. We never do this with any other player combining regular season and postseason. Tom Brady has all the postseason football awards. Most touchdown passes, most yards, most completion, most attempts, all the most wins. But that's not good enough. Because we got to get him at the top of the list because, right now Drew Brees has more touchdown passes. Drew Brees has more passing yards. When did we do this with any other? We do this in basketball? Did we say Michael Jordan, if you combine his regular season and postseason points, he surpassed Wilt Chamberlain? We never did that. Did we do that in baseball? If you combine this guy's RBIs and his postseason RBIs, they're the great. We didn't do that. We've only done it for Tom Brady. And I saw something yesterday. Because everybody tells me Tom Brady only concerns himself with winning. But I pulled something. And Jenny, I don't normally pull video. But can we run that tape?
Oh, you pull it every
No, I don't
Monday.
pull it. No. Can we run that tape?
Yeah.
For a guy that cares nothing about his stats, DJ, drop that track. When did you ever see somebody, Jenny, take a kneel down forward? They normally step back and then point to the official. You see where I went down at? I thought he didn't care anything about his stats, Jenny. All he cared about was winning.
Was the game over?
The game was over.
Oh, thank you. Who won?
Whoa.
Whoa.
When did they start kneeling forward, Skip
Who
Bayless?
won?
Because they tell you to get away from the line because you don't want them to push back on you and have the ball pop out. Oh, so now we changed the rules, and so now we kneel forward. Skip Bayless, this is a bunch of bull jive. Combining. So now we're going to start combining. We never did that for Jerry. If you combine Jerry's regular season and postseason, he has more touchdowns receiving than Steve Largent.
Yeah.
We never did that. Now we're doing that so we can get Brady into the conversation because so now he has more passes. No, he doesn't. Peyton Manning has 539 regular season touchdown passes. That is the NFL record. Until somebody passes him, he is the all-time leader in passing touchdowns.
So, once again, you swung and missed at the point of all this. The reason that you had to show the video was that Tom Brady went over 1,000 yards rushing for his career. And that was a big deal to him because do you remember the 40-yard dash he ran at the Combine? It was simply the ugliest, most embarrassing 40-yard dash in history. And Tom Brady will be the first to tell you he can't run a lick. But he went over 1,000 yards rushing, so he didn't want to lose his quote-unquote personal record by going backwards with the knee.
So he's padding stats. Is that what you're telling me?
No, well, he's padding a stat that meant a lot to him after the game was over.
No.
He is killing the clock on the dub.
So let me ask
killing
you a
the
question.
clock.
So when did we start kneeling forward? When did this happen, Skip?
Well, he's trying to protect because he had to kneel.
He doesn't care about stats, what you keep telling me.
No, I think he cares about that stat.
He's so Tom
You know
Brady.
why he cares about it? Because everybody ridicules him for that stat, including his head coach who took another shot at him after the game. Yeah, that's what we need, yards rushing from our quarterback, right? Yeah, because clearly he's very jealous of his quarterback.
I want you to that same energy that you got right now, Skip, baby. When LeBron James get that triple-double and he stays in the game late.
Thank you for bringing up LeBron James because every time LeBron passes somebody else on the all-time list, you get up here, you come out in your Unk costume, with your goat mask on, and you say, you did it again, and you put your black and mild in your goat mask.
I don't say anything about postseason.
Yeah.
All I say is regular season.
And I keep saying, yeah, but he's played so many more games than anybody, and that's what this is about.
He ain't played
Tom
more
has
than
played games. He's played a whole lot of games. So this isn't a record per se. It's just an achievement. It's a feat, if you will. He has played until he's 41. And by the way, yesterday he looked like he was playing 31 years.
Has he played more games than Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
Okay, then so what are we talking about?
Okay, well, that's what I say. It's just an achievement. It's a feat. It's a longevity. Just like LeBron. Just like LeBron.
Don't do that.
Just like LeBron.
Don't do that.
And next time you try to bring that LeBron garbage in here, I'm going to throw it right on the floor just the way you're throwing this on the floor.
This is my side over here.
Yeah, okay.
You have no business on this side of the table.
Yeah, well,
There's an imaginary line that says, okay, Shannon Sharpe's property, do not cross.
Yeah, but it was so funny because all I could see and read last night and hear last night was people ridiculing Brady for the 1,000-yard record. Going over 1,000 yards.
On your Twitter, you and your one follower?
I don't have, I think I have a couple more than you do.
Don't worry about what I got. But my love me. They engage me. They say, what's going on today? I'm like, I'm chilling.
Yeah, I don't have an alter ego. May I need to get one? I'm just me.
No,
I'm just real. I'm just
That's
real.
your alter ego.
That's not my.
Yeah.
That's me. That's just me. 1,000% me.
All I'm saying is, Skip, is that we are not all of a sudden combining regular season and postseason for what? When we've never done it before. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? If Aaron Rodgers had somehow pulled off this feat yesterday, they would have stopped the game if it had been in Lambeau, and they would have brought out a convertible, and he would have sat up on the back seat, and they would have done 3 rings around, and he would have waved to the crowd while the game stopped.
Drew Brees had been past Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, Peyton Manning, if you combine postseason and regular season. But we didn't.
Well, nobody threw a parade about this. It just got mentioned.
Why are we mentioning it?
Huh?
Because we've never mentioned it before.
It's just another feat. You're watching living history here.
I watched
wait a second.
Montana.
It is a privilege and an honor to watch this man continue to operate at age 41 at the level he's operating.
Really?
You should sit back and say, wow, I'm blessed to be able to watch this man play quarterback.
Eli Manning got more touchdown passing. Really? So what? And they think about getting rid of Eli, and you talking about Tom Brady going to play another 4 years. Yeah, I'm missing something.
But Eli always got to operate in a passing offense, and Brady runs in a 50-50 offense.
Oh, so now Brady, so hold on. In a 50-50, and this man got this many passing yards, I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. You just told me he doesn't have a running game. He's never had a running game, but now you say he operating a 50-50 run pass.
There have been lots of games when he did have a running game, when he had LeGarrette Blount, where Belichick just dropped the hammer on Tom Brady, said, we're going to run the ball tonight.
Yeah, they rush for 200 to 300 yards. So what's he supposed to do? So you want him to be able to rush for 300 and throw for 400? So you want 700 yards of total offense. He had 630 and took an L.
He just wants to win.
Oh, is that why he kneeled forward?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was that going to help him? What was that going to get him another 7?
That was victory formation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally what they do is that they take
call
the snap
that victory
and they step.
formation.
Jetty,
Yeah.
Jetty, you old
Yeah.
fella. What they do? What they normally do, Jetty?
Victory formation.
I'm talking to Jetty. Can I
Oh,
talk to
yeah,
Jetty?
they normally
Nope.
just take it right
Oh, just take it right there.
All
But
right.
now all of a sudden he kneel forward and then point to the official. There goes the spot.
Because he's trying to stick it to all you haters that he got over 1,000 yards and he didn't want to give it back.
You ought to be
He
ashamed
doesn't
of
want to end that
yourself,
game with 999.
I got a question for you, Shannon.
Yes.
How are you feeling about the Eagles tonight?
Yeah.
I feel real good.
Do you?
I feel real
So
good.
do I.
These
Good.
two make
Let's
their
talk about it.
picks next.
No mercy.
Time for our final topic of the day. It's an NFC East showdown tonight in Philly as the Eagles host the Redskins. Washington can tie Dallas for first place with a win, or the Eagles can pull within one game of the Cowboys if they win. So, Shannon, what is your prediction first?
Eagles, walk it to them. Start this journey. This playoff push, this NFC leading, division clinching, winning playoff push tonight. Gonna beat Washington at home. Gonna go on the road. And when I come out here next Monday, the energy that I have then is gonna be just like I got right
Really?
now. Yeah.
Well, he better not be bounce it to him wins tonight. 'Cause
Whatever.
He turns into that guy. You better not gag this one because I got Philly winning this game 37-7 because I need Philly to win this game. If Philly wins, that makes Washington and Philly both 6-6, one game back of Dallas, and Philly has to visit Jerry World next Sunday.
And win.
And we got this.
You don't got
but
nothing.
you better get this tonight.
We got this tonight and we got next Sunday.
Yeah, he better not be Carson W-I-N-C-E
Walk
tonight.
it to him because you keep
Better
telling me,
not gag it.
oh, the Cowboys are on fire.
Yeah.
Well, that old Philly fireman about to put this thing out
Is
next
he?
week. And
Yeah.
it starts tonight, yes.
Okay, good. Well, I'm rooting for the Eagles tonight because
We
I
don't want
love
you-
the Eagles.
We do not want you to root for anything.
Well, I'm
you
rooting
bad
for 'em.
luck. Everybody knows you bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really mean
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
bad
up
luck.
10 cases
That's
on
okay.
you? Wow.
And guess what? I started my trek. Just like he starts tonight,
Really?
I start getting my cases back
Do
next
you?
week.
Well,
yeah.
you got a bunch of cases
I'm gonna get
right
them back.
on this.
Because Alabama going to get me some.
No.
The Eagles going to get me some.
Yeah, I'm going to bet on Oklahoma against Alabama. How many are you going to give me? 30?
No. That's your team. Yeah. You've been rooting for Oklahoma all your life, and now you want to turn your back on
Come on, bounce it to them.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports. One of one.